What's up, everybody? Just little old me here. You're stuck with me, chat. So sorry. Hey, real kid. Yo, long time no see. How's it going? Vegito Blue, I see you. Time for peak. Time for peak Steam Age. Oh yeah, chat. We're getting back to basics. I'll talk a little bit about like the history of this world. I mean, a very brief history, but yeah, we are on what you could say is the 2.9 alpha in a way. We're on the daily 328, I believe, which was one from like 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. And yo, Kraylin, Alf, good to see y'all. Hello, hello. Extreme Rider, what's up? What's up? Oh, we gotta load in the, we gotta, again, back to basics, dude. I need some iron. Do I have iron? Uh-oh. Well, I have to start at the stream mining, chat. Quite possibly. Yeah, Steam. You got me, Outcast. What's up? Oh man. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend. I was on here a little bit just chilling. So I say day 2 for this world, because I want to say it was like over a month ago. It was like sometime early December or something like that. We actually came into this world in a much earlier daily. I think it was like daily 200 something. So that long ago. And we got a little work done. I made a little hovel. And then I logged in here the other day. I think it was yesterday. I think I was just on here yesterday. And you know what? We're making a platform up here. We're not worried about aesthetics so much in this world. We're just testing stuff out. We're just chilling. Yo, Sci-Fighter, Redwall, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, Sci-Fighter. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. So yeah, so I say day 2. Really, it's kind of day 3 in a way, but you know, day 2 streaming this because we did stream initially on the other channel, Vindrake. But I thought, you know, if I keep doing this, it'd be nice to keep like a little record of it on YouTube in the VOD section. So some fun new Steam machines in 2.9 alpha. I don't know a lot. Here's what we could talk about. Here's what I do know so far. So yeah, we can go over some of this stuff. So the Coke oven, okay, first of all, first thing you might notice are tooltips. Tooltips have a much more modern modded Minecraft feel with like the progress bar that you see there. And then the, you know, the creosote oil amount right there. Sunday stream. Yep. Yeah, no, I couldn't help myself. Wanted to Greg a little bit. I might go on Double Helix as well, just to get a couple things done in a little bit, but wanted to chill here, do a couple things here. We're mega chilling tonight, chat. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, Railcraft Coke ovens are gone. Yeah, confirmed. Yeah, so this is like the Gregtech replacement of it. And so the first thing is you make a special controller block and then the 25 Coke oven bricks. So that part's kind of weird, first of all. Second of all, you'll see like this little, you know, the bar like kind of looks different here for the creosote oil. Now here's something that does kind of annoy me, unless I'm missing something. You used to be able to just right click with an empty bucket and get your creosote oil that way. So it was like a really cool way of, you know, one strategy that you would have initially is you would put a bunch of normal furnaces next to the creosote oil, the Coke oven, and you would just have this going for, you know, just mainly for the creosote, but, you know, for the Coke as well. But you would take a bucket and then you put it inside here, and let me just get an example, I guess. I've got some stuff macerating over here. Oh, yeah, speaking of iron. Oh, dude, we got plenty of iron. Here we go. Here we go. So you would take a bucket, and then you get full buckets of creosote, and it would burn 32 items in the furnace. Which you still, you know, which you used to be able to do. You could still do. You just have to take the bucket in your hand. You have to left click the bar. That's the only way I've seen to do that so far. So I don't know if that's going to be the new norm. You know, a slight downgrade, but yeah, they do seem like they're trying to, or at least the feeling I get is that they're trying to phase out Railcraft in IC2 and other things like that. So I think it's better compatibility wise. Yeah. And something that's more controllable on their end, right? I would imagine. So that's like the GTCEU one. Cool. I need to check out other versions of Gregtech, dude. I'm so not in the know. Definitely need to do that. But so I got to the point where I got my first Steam machines, and I just left off getting the bronze hammer. So we definitely will do a little mining on stream. Hopefully y'all are in for it to just hang out and chill. Kat is doing well, by the way. She is working on a tutorial for our YouTube channel. So I have no idea when any of those are going to come out, but I'll probably be working on my own over the next week. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let's get some more spruce log in there. We got a little bit more steel. Don't have a lot of steel to our name right now. 15 steel ingot. You know, we're kind of struggle bussing here. Do they buff the intern? I think the buffer's the same, Elf. I don't know that for sure though. I feel like it used to be 250 liters per. Actually, it might have used to have been 32,000 liters and not 64,000. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, he said, just relaxing, play some Power World. Dude, I need to check out Power World one of these days. I didn't even know you could do private servers and stuff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, dude, I definitely gotta check that out. So yeah, that's one of the big changes. Okay, here is another change that is kind of integral to early Steam progression. And so that is when you're going to the Steam page and you're making your first Steam machines, you make your first piston, right? You get 2 pistons as a reward. That's kind of nice. And then usually the idea is, check this out. See these coins right here? You can always go to the coins page and request more pistons. That way you never have to make a piston this way again, because it is just the most cringe recipe ever, right? Like, even with the NEI auto crafting stuff, you can do all those shenanigans, which I've been trying to like get more used to, take more advantage of, because I had not experienced a lot of that in the past. Even with that, this is still a pain in the butt. You usually want to use the coins to redeem these. However, coin page is gone, right? No, going back to the mines. I know, yeah, it's true. Feel like I barely touched gaming or YouTube the past month. Well, hopefully that's been good for you. You know, stepping away can be quite good. Yeah, check this out. Yeah, no coin page. So no more super easy pistons. The way they introduced to you the new, if you haven't seen this before, chat, I talked about this last time I streamed this, but you got the vending machine right here. Yeah, completely new. So you basically have to build this thing, and then you can deposit your coins. They're adding some other integrations with AE2, is my understanding, or those might already be implemented. But you do have to invest a good, like, this is definitely a huge change in the sense that you've got to invest early into this if you want to use coins early. And so some of the first coins I ever generally use are on those pistons. But look at this recipe. You need to make the controller block, iron, tin item pipe casing, hopper, buttons. This is not easy stuff necessarily at this point in the game. And so you need 6 tin item pipe casing. Look at how much this costs, dude. That's a lot of tin. That's a hell of a lot of tin. In fact, we can do the math on this real quick. Let's pin some of this stuff. Actually kind of wild. Let's see. Let's say you have forge hammer, right? Let's just assume you have forge hammer. So that's 24 ingots for 16 tin plates, 8 tin ingots. Yeah, for those 6 item pipe casing. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. It's not. I guess it could be worse. No, wait. I only did 1. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. There we go. Yeah, dude. No, it's like 2.5, 3 stacks. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Rexy? Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, dude. It's a big investment. So you got to go get a ton of tin. Like, where are we on the tin right now? Let's see. You know what? Actually, we could do it. Do we want to do that? Let's do it. Let's make it. Let's check this thing out. I need 2 stacks plus 16 in the forge hammer. Okay. And by the way, we're just macerating pyrite, chalcopyrite, copper and iron, basically. But yeah, I mean, we did get our first brick blast furnace as well. Which, by the way, is still railcraft, I believe. Let me double check this. Like the color of the voltage in the NEI? Wait, what? The color of the voltage in any eye. Wait, what are we talking about? I missed that. Oh. Oh, the little green boy right there. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's all color-coded, chat. Look at that. Okay, what color coding is it using, though? What scheme is that following? I actually don't know. Cyan for ZPM? Hold on. Well, actually, okay, so this was already in the game, right? This was already in some tooltips. That's right, that's right. But yeah, they're putting it there as well, which is kind of nice. Actually, that kind of gets your attention. I like that. Hey, Bama Rebel, what's up? Letters could stand to have some border. Yeah, no, that's actually a really nice change. Subtle change, right? But like, actually, it's probably going to save you from making some screw-ups, right? Being like, oh, it's this voltage. Oh, darn, you know. Classic. Bama, how are you doing? Hopefully you've had a good weekend. You've had a day off of moderating. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Alrighty. Yeah, let's go ahead and load this thing up. 640 liters of steam. I don't know if I have enough steam for this. We might have to do this in waves. Our steam production, chat, is not in a great spot right now. I've got one solar boiler, and we got one small coal boiler. So that's what, 240 liters per second? It's not great. We got no steam storage. We're in a pretty rough spot here. I should not be trying to make this right now, but you know what? We gotta check out the new stuff. That's the whole point of this, right? Let's see. Yeah, we can go ahead and make the 10 rods, right? So we need 24 10 rods. Go ahead and get those. Go ahead and make the 10 frame boxes. Yeah. Find another channel to moderate in the meantime, Bama, you'll lose your edge. No, he's fine. He's professional. You know, I can go a couple of weeks without playing piano, without forgetting how to play completely. Oh, it's all good. And Tataki, what's up? What's happening? Oh god, we're already running out of steam. Holy hell. Oh no. Okay, we got all that running. Okay, that's good. But yeah, once I screw around with this, I really want to try the hammer, right? Which is going to take a little bit of work, or we can get the lapis on it. You prioritize the lapis before anything else, right, chat? That must be the play. Dude, it's been a while. All of our lapis. Okay, yeah, we got 418. Okay, yeah, we're in actually really good shape with that. That's awesome. Done some things today, trying to help Rodib some, but that's all. Need to finish tomorrow. Right on, right on. I really hope Potato is enjoying his day off. Much needed, I'm sure. Is the Railcraft water tank? So far, no. Yeah, so far this is still just the normal Railcraft tank. If there are plans to do that, I don't know about them changeable. But yeah. Ooh, sleepers. I need my solar boiler. All right. Oh, but yeah, Bammy, you said nice chill day. Right on, right on. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, yeah, we're already okay. Oh, it's already cooked. Good. Good. Great. Yeah, we might have to wait on this vending machine a little bit. This is gonna be a process today. God, I feel like such a poor all over again. Going from our UEV world to this world is pretty tough. It is pretty tough. Okay, so we definitely need to be mining something. What do we need to be mining? We've got a decent amount of copper. I mean, I guess probably the best thing that we could do. We need to level up this thing to get a modifier slot, right? Probably just go get more like gypsum and calcite, I would imagine, right? I'll tell you what, chat, the weird thing about the spawn, the really bad thing about it actually, has been sand. Sand has been like pretty rare. Like I have to either like venture all the way out to the river, which definitely takes a while, or along this lake. But I'm actually like running out of places to mine it around the lake. It's kind of crazy. You know what we could also do though? I do need sulfur. We could go to the Nether. Right? Is that a good idea? Yeah, sure. Why not? We did get our Nether portal. 50-day streak. Nice. Wayla has some new graphics. Yes. So it's like got these weird progress bars. I say weird. It's really like, you know, modern progress bar type stuff, right? Okay. So both of these ways actually like lead out. I need to figure out a strategy here. I think I'm gonna dig this way. I'm looking for sulfur, right? So go to the Steam page. This is usually, I mean, this is probably the main thing blocking us at this point. I also need to get some wrought iron. I'm trying to remember what the ways to get wrought iron are. Do I have to use the, I guess you use the alloy smelter to make iron nuggets. Then you smelt them, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll get that going when we get back. I'll put a pin in that real quick. All right, let me put this in my offhand in case we get lava. Oh, good. This is just what I wanted. This is just fantastic. Freaking hot in here. Oh. Started to listen to the double helix streams from the very start. Curly and early LV. Yo, that's awesome changeable. Thank you for checking this out. That's always to me, that's always a huge compliment that people want to watch our VODs, right? So I appreciate that. The next Lizards run. There's a Lizards run? What's that all about? Ooh, Certus. No, quartzite. That's fine. Yeah, I just want to get to lower ground here. Ooh, there's some nether quartz. Yeah. Just want to get to some lower ground because that's usually where the sulfur is going to be. Oh my god, dude. I hate having a nether spawn like this. Okay, I mean, I did put my nether portal in a practical overworld skyblock though, so, you know. Joke's on me, I guess. But hey, we're probably leveling this up way quicker than we would have in the overworld. Being here in the end. That's pretty good. Yeah, we should probably grab that. What about this way? I will make my way down. Ugh. Oh, dude, ATM 9 is finished. Nice. Nice. Ooh, chat, look what we found. Nether Fortress. Hell yeah. An awkward part of it, though. I should have brought my ore wand over here, the ore finder wand, because if we just find one little bit of sulfur, what else is in here? Oh, dude, we could have brought pyrite. Oh, true. Okay. Actually, you know what? We go back. No, this is definitely the play. Our inventory's full anyway, so. Yeah, let's go back, get the ore finder wand. Let's get some pyrite in there. That should help. Let's not fall to our death. So was ATM 9 enjoyable? What did you think about the version of Gregtech in ATM 9 and its implementation? Did you change chat? No, this should be the same chat from before. I had a different chat up for 1 day only. Dude, why does this happen? What? Oh my god. Okay. Hold on, I'm having issues. There we go. I had a different chat overlay for 1 day because the other one wasn't working. This is, what is this called? Like a Chat is. Some web thing for 7TV. That's all I know. All I know is it usually works. Toy Castle, what's up? Any big changes in 2.9? Quite a few. And we are very early days here in our playthrough, so we're not like really experiencing a whole lot of stuff. But I was going over a couple of these changes before. I think the first real change you're going to notice is probably the tooltip on several items. They have a much more modern look and like a presentation of like, look at the progress bar on that, for example. That's way different than in previous versions of GTNH. And then the next thing that you're probably going to notice is the Coke Oven. The Coke Oven is now a Gregtech thing instead of a Rowcraft thing. And you actually make a controller block and the 25 surrounding blocks. So it's a bit different. Same idea and principle, though. Like, not a lot has functionally changed with it. Although, I say that. No, there is actually something different with this that I didn't talk about before. Let's see. Automated Coke Oven? Right. There's this now. Coke Oven Hatch. So you can put a Coke Oven Hatch, and this will work as an input, an output, or an output for fluids, which is really cool. So this should make automating Coke Ovens in the future for like, creosote and charcoal for like, let's say you're going to do a Rowcraft boiler setup. This would be much, much better for that. So that way you don't need like, before the only other way to get fluids out of it is to use like a Tinker's Construct seared faucet, which is a little awkward. Yeah, no, I haven't played around with that hatch yet, but it seems like a much, like a big improvement. So I'm a fan of that. Okay, let's get our Ore Finder 1. I might have already put Pyrite. Yeah, you know what? I already did put Pyrite in there. Okay, that's good. Let's get a bit more food before we go. I really want to get a good sulfur vein. I'm gonna go ahead and get that like kind of out of the way. And there we go. Perfect. I'd actually love to get a healing axe at some point as well. Anything new in endgame? So the one thing that I do know about for endgame is there is a new fluid solidifier. Yes, this is in the game. It's called the Exo Foundry. And so the idea is this kind of reminds me of the like the God Forge for smelting, but this is like the God Forge for fluid solidifying. And as you get even later, like even past where'd you say you were? UHV, right? Yeah, UHV. Like even past that, you do start fluid solidifying a whole lot more. But yo, look at this thing. This thing is cool. I don't even think this is showing off all the parts either in any AI, because there's like some other little like buildings that you put around the side of it. But this should be like one fluid solidifier to rule them all, right? You shouldn't have to spam these anymore. Thank God, dude. Yeah, spamming these is a huge, huge pain. You'd make like a great wall of fluid shapers. And they actually are putting a new mid-game fluid solidifier multi-block into the game. So this is actually going to be phased out over time. Yeah, deprecated. Mass solidifier is going to be the new one, chat. The new one for mid-game. And it's just one size. So you don't have the different tiers. It's not the super long, awkward multi. It's just make one, and this will get you by kind of like the old one did. Which is nice. What the heck is this? LV time again? Dude, not even LV time. We're in the Steam age. We're poor. We're so poor right now. But it's all right. It's all right. No, listen. Kat and I will be back tomorrow, by the way, with our normal stream time. We'll be playing Double Helix again. Our UEV playthrough. That should be fun. All right, we got our Ore Finder 1 now, so it should be a little bit easier to find a sulfur vein. One hopes. One hopes. Can we keep going down? Usually I actually don't have this much problem. Oh my god. Okay. Usually I don't have this much of a problem finding a sulfur vein early on, but yeah. Oh. Found another quartz vein. That's nice. Let's just go ahead and mark that. That's really nice. Okay. Previous comment. Yeah, do you think GTNH will ever get rid of infernal mobs? Special mobs? Like the I don't think so. I mean, I feel like the infernal mobs are kind of iconic to the GTNH experience. I would be shocked if those ever disappeared from the game. Shocked, actually a bit disappointed too, if that did happen. You know, you might call me a masochist, but I think it makes the game interesting. Okay. We are clear. First wet crib, dude. Dude, have fun with that. Oh, it's so nice. Dude, your crafting is just... man. I at that point, Rexy, I was getting so sick of dealing with like super buses and stuff like that. It's such a relief. Okay. Let's turn on GT ore veins. And you know what? That's fine. Let's start digging over here, I guess. Oh, there it is. There it is. 4 sulfur veins. Nice. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like to see. Once you get crossbow, yeah, crossbow helps so much. Yeah. Hopefully we don't have a mad... Oh my god. Dude, that freaked me out. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Probably just staircase down like this, right? Yeah. It's probably down near, like, what, Y level 20 or something? Yep, there we go. Nice. Oh. I didn't have it on my offhand. Whoops. Okay, we gotta get rid of some garbage here. I don't... Envy shard? Maybe I should hang on to that. Actually, those boots aren't bad. Okay. Let's put... Oh yeah, I got a backpack. Dude, I forgot. Forgot about the backpack. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's put some of that stuff away. Actually, let's just put all that away. Yeah. There we go. I should probably make a couple of those backpacks. I should probably also do the forestry backpacks, which are good. I don't know why the forestry backpacks sometimes annoy me. I can't put my finger on why these things annoy me. I mean, but I know they're good. What dimension is worse for mining, in your opinion? Nether or Twilight Forest? Dude, you know what? I think the Twilight Forest is worse. I actually think Twilight Forest is worse. And the reason is because there's just so many cave systems in such a small amount of Y level space. It's so annoying. Like, if you want to try to not run into mobs, I'll actually take the Nether any day. But then hopefully by then you have a good weapon and such. Bonk the chat. We don't have the bonk the chat emote. We don't have a bonk the streamer emote either here. Asking me players of the pack turn off mob spawning after a certain point. So the reason that people turn off mob spawning mainly, so it's in the rules for a reason. Like the Stargaze official rules. It's there because they actually help with TPS to not have the mob spawn. So that's probably the main reason you see it. Also, most people just go into the personal dimension by the time they get to the end of HV anyway. So, you know, another reason why there's no mobs. The roots, dude. Yeah, the roots are so annoying, man. Oh my gosh. That's a good point. Hey, Esoy. What's up? Oh, chat, let me get a drink 1 second. Twilight all the way is the worst dim. Yep. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'm probably about to stop here. This is... Yeah, we've got, like, this much sulfur. We are going to need this Valorite, though. Nah, you know what? We'll keep mining for another minute. That's fine. Oh, ancient debris. Wait. Oh, that takes a while. Hold on. Yeah, I actually never saw ancient debris in person in Double Helix. Probably because when we started the world. No, we started the world with Futurum. I remember mining it up in auto miners a whole lot, though. No, I do not have Fortune on hammer. Yeah, we just got this hammer, like, I think right at the end of my little play session, my private play session last night. So, but that is definitely the first thing on the list. How close are we, dude? We're actually not close at all. Tool XP 18,000 out of 3,800. I forget how long it takes to level up your first hammer. By the way, chat, in before pigmen spawn next to me. So annoying. My sound on? I think my sound's really quiet. Oh my god. That actually got me for a split second. Hold on. Let's see. Get some netherrack. Get some of this garbage out of here. There we go. Oh, hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. Good call. Oh, did I find some ancient debris? Okay. Yeah, I just forgot then. I was just so surprised to see it just now. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's normal now. Think it'd be good to have a version of the pack without mobs? Well, you know what? There was this idea floating around for GTNH in the future, and I think just nobody wanted to really work on it, is kind of my outsider understanding. But the idea was that, like, you know, you start a world, and kind of like, you know, when you start like other modern modded Minecraft packs and you have like different modes or whatever, there'd be like different challenge modes that you would be able to select from like a menu or something. And so maybe you would choose like a, hey, no mobs in this run, kind of like a no mob run or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting. But like, you know, like no rocket to the moon, or, you know, no rocket challenge, you know, a GOG challenge, like having a built-in GOG challenge chat. I mean, like, how cool would that be, right? I remember hearing rumors that was something being talked about. I highly doubt anything like that is in the works right now. I highly doubt it, but it would be really, really cool, wouldn't it? Skyblock version of Nomi Moni. I always think of that pack as a skyblock by default. Even though I know you've got the overworld and the lost cities, but I don't know. All right, Chad. That is gonna do us for now. Let's try to get home and not die. And yeah, I actually didn't implement home commands in this either. Maybe I will at some point. Maybe we'll add world edit. I don't know. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Especially if I update the pack on a regular basis. You know, honestly, wait, where am I? Oh, right here. You know, honestly, I want to try to modify this as little as possible because I do want to update the pack regularly to, you know, kind of keep up with the new updates. So, Impact Pack did no mobs. GT 1.7.10. Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Okay. Played a Skyblock run on GTNH. So slow to start. Oh, you mean like a GOG run, basically, Esoy? Is that what you mean? That, oh. Hello, good sir. Just minding my own business. I actually did try a GOG run, very briefly. I got villagers. I got like a semi-working mob farm, although I will say that mob farm did blow up multiple times. I'm not sure how to make a mob farm in GOG without it blowing up. Yeah, the potatoes GOG run is like a near certainty, right? I forget how many points you need to get that, but let's see. Get all of our ores. Dude, we got so much stuff. That was very lucrative. What's the thing? Like if I wanted a modifier on the bronze hammer, it's like a gold block and a diamond, right? I wonder if we could actually do that right now. I think we could. You know what? I mean, probably should have done that in the first place. Hey, Conkers, what's up? How's your evening going? Let's see. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna actually sit down. Start outstanding. Oh, okay, a little more than halfway there. Gotcha. But yeah, for anybody just joining, this is, I mean, should be self-explanatory in the title, but basically got a solo run going where we are in, you know, what you could essentially describe as GTNH alpha. I mean, probably pre-alpha even. I'm just going to call it alpha, but, you know, they call them dailies. There's like dailies and then there's experimentals. The dailies are like more fully merged concepts. The experimentals are like, that's my understanding, is just like they just throw shit at the wall. see how it goes. So the dailies here are like a little bit more stable. Theoretically, right? You never know what's going to happen. Why is the Coke oven trophy so enormous? I know, right? It's a big boy. Make you feel good about yourself. To show you how bricked up you are. What are we gonna do here? Let's get the rest of this netherrack out of here. We were working on macerating the gold. I do have diamond. Let's see here. Yeah, we do have enough diamond. Oh wait, no, I just need 1 diamond, right? Yeah. No, I just don't need 1. Easy. Honestly, though, I should probably just smelt up a couple of those. Yeah. In Double Helix, did you go straight to ICD for mutated living solder, or did you do chem plant? We went straight to ICD, Kraylin. Because ICD, at that point, when you need mutated living solder, shouldn't be an issue. The ICD is actually pretty inexpensive compared to a lot of twist multis. That recipe is too good, right? It's, I think we figured out it was literally like the base crafting time for it. Even without multi-amp patching was like, it was like half the amount of time that the chem plant would take. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And chat, if you don't know, we're talking about twist-based multi. Hey, Solarius. Yo, thank you for the bits. What's up? What up? And chat, I did decide to do this on Cat's Cozy Games. Normally I'd stream on my second channel, but I kind of wanted like a VOD record of the run if I can like continue to decide to do this. I kind of wanted the VODs on Twitch, so, or not on Twitch, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube VODs. So. Are we big mojiing? Big mojiing. Oh, you're gonna have to explain that. You're gonna have to teach me, Tataki. I don't know what that means. Cathanol, what's up? Hope you are well. Yeah, just waiting on a little bit more of this crushed ore. There we go. And then let's get the hammer. Yeah, right now I am attempting to, well, not attempting, I'm going to get a gold block and diamond. Go ahead and get some lapis on this bad boy. Gonna save us some time in the long run. Big Moji. What are what are y'all on about? Setting up AALs while I wait for DTPF Catalyst to craft. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Cathano, we are right around the corner with the DTPF Catalysts. Yep. We are, well, we've already got our optical circuits. I think we've got almost everything. You know, we've already made the Eternal Singularity, already got optical circuits. Yeah, I think we have almost everything to actually just straight up make the DTPF. We're just kind of holding off until we figure out the whole catalyst situation, which also means figuring out the plasma situation. And so again, I might go over on Double Helix in a little while. But yeah, we actually I already did another Mark IV compact fusion reactor. And we're probably going to need a couple more, but we're going to have to figure out like a level maintaining situation over there. Probably fluid extractor, and you know, there's a couple annoying plasmas where you need to have like, you know, raw silicon and some of these other things. Where you need like a blast furnace vacuum freezer kind of situation. So yeah, we're probably going to have to work on that as well. Chat, let's go ahead and compress this. Oh yeah, our poor tin plates. Oh my goodness, dude, this is going to take forever. Chat, I was trying to make tin plates to make the vending machine. These things are expensive though. You need 6 of these. It's crazy. They make you work so hard to turn in your first tokens. Yo, what's up, Value? Zargos? Hopefully no crashing my truck. Well, don't do that. Don't do that, Bama. Sounds horrible. My goodness. All right. Can we do this straight in here? Oh, we can. Nice, dude. All right, there we go. Now we're cooking. I could compress these, but that's going to take too long, right? And this should be almost 450 luck. 450 lapis. Close enough. I think it was like 418 or something like that. No actual trucks will be harmed. Okay. What are you are we playing Euro Truck Simulator? What are we doing? Let's see. There we go. Almost got it. Oh, a truck driving game. Okay. Yeah. Isn't that a thing? Euro Truck Simulator? It's when Europeans want to LARP as Americans. Right? My understanding. Oh yeah, we do need to do wrought iron nugget as well. So that actually might have to wait. I actually might, yeah, you know what? I need a nugget mold, right? Yeah. Get that done. Cropbot guide, very nice as usual. Yo, thank you for saying that, Solarius. That is actually, I think, one of my worst tutorials. It was in the early days when I wasn't putting as much effort into it, so I'm sorry if I missed some things, but I actually really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Not to completely degrade your compliment, but I'm not proud of that one, unfortunately. But I'm glad it's still helpful. Got the point across. Okay, that's good at least. That's good. You can use a saw. Oh, dude. Oh, you're right. Oh, dude, you're so right, Changeable. Thank you. I used to know such things. That sounds way better. Way better. How do we do that again? There we go. Oh my goodness. You know what? Yeah, let's cook up 2 stacks of those. Only like 14 wrought iron ingots, but it's a start. I need my buckets. Oh, I forgot to deposit all this stuff. Okay. Get all that going. There we go. You switched to wireless power storage? No. So the reason for that is because we still haven't made a UEV capacitor. We still only have the UHV capacitor, and I made this mistake in Double Helix, or not Double Helix, Neo Tokyo, our previous run, where we had one centralized LSC, which is our current situation now. And I turned on wireless with a UHV capacitor, And you probably know this, Cathaniel, but what happens, for anybody who doesn't know, what happens is it basically uploads all of your energy to the wireless network, and then it downloads 10 billion. See the 10 billion right there? 10 billion EU per tick times 6,000 ticks every 5 minutes. So basically, it limits your output to just 10 billion EU per tick on that LSC. So you may be making more than 10,000 billion, or sorry, you may be making more than 10 billion EU per tick and sending it to your LSC, but because it's uploading a ton of it to the wireless network and only downloading 10 billion back, you're actually throttling your power output. And so right now, that would actually power fail our base, unironically. So we are very close. In fact, I believe we can technically make this now. The UEV capacitor. I will name it Vendrake Riding Crop. Oh, good. Good. Thank God for that. So hopefully that wireless explanation makes sense, chat. It's basically a button that you turn on your LSC. But yeah, don't do it until you're prepared. So this one has 1 trillion EU download, which is much, much better, right? So we can do that without fear of power failing our base, at least. Let's see. Starting to run out of room for all these wars and stuff. Wireless equals bad. It's bad until it's good, right? That's basically it. Oh, I'm starting to get disorganized as well. Sleepers. 16K UV laser hatches. Yeah, if you started using a bunch of like UHV versions, then yeah, you would start to have a problem. Yeah, just be careful. Just be conscientious about that. And then again, the sooner that you can upgrade to that UEV capacitor on your main LSC, the better. Either that, or you could just turn wireless power off as well. Like if you don't need it, there's kind of no reason to turn it on until you need it for something specific. Maybe you did need it for something, but yeah. 10 billion EU per tick sounds comical. It does. It does. Until it doesn't. Until you're like, dude, I'm power poor. What gives? So we're going to have to put these in the compressor, right? Yeah. How much power does that take? 80 liters? Okay, that's nothing. We can actually... I'm going to turn back on our forge hammer. Very briefly, chat, in the vain effort of making our 10 item pipe casing, because I'm determined to make this vending machine work today, okay? I want to see it in action. Bad until it's good. So many things in life have been this way. Yep. Yep. That's how it is. Okay, yeah, so we don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, we made our backpack earlier. Can I make another backpack? No, I don't think I had the leather for that. No. I might have the leather for this, though. Actually, I might want the digger's backpack instead. Hello, cat. No, I'm good. Give me 1 second, chat. Transporting power from my NAC reactors to my main LSC. I power draw things like AALs. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, having the localized LSCs later on. And honestly, at this point in the game as well, Cathaniel, yeah, it's really nice. Then you don't have to worry about laser wiring literally everywhere in your base. I like to have LSCs local. I like a local LSC for DTPF as well. QFTs is kind of another one. 16 space. Oh, yeah. 6. You could probably get away with 8 for Stargate, Rexy. But 16 is definitely enough. Somewhere between 8 and 16 is fine. Just from what, I haven't gotten to Stargate, but from what I've seen other people do. Bad until sunken cost or Stockholm syndrome. I mean, you say /J, but, Might be onto something. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, we'll continue the tin plates a little bit later. In fact, I'm going to put that in my backpack. In fact, I'm going to put this wrench in my backpack because this is the only one that can do like the 10 item pipes, right? Yeah, I definitely need a wrench on me at this point in the game. Let's check. We're probably still waiting on another cycle of steel. I did talk about wanting to go ahead and like try to get enough for a second BBF. It's probably a good play. At least 2 BBFs before entering LV. 4 is ideal, but definitely at least 2. But yeah, I was talking about making this. I think we can do this. Let me see. Where's our leather? It's staring me in the face, isn't it? Yep. Yep. Oh, I just need to make 2 woven cotton. Get some cotton. Yeah, this should help us a little bit. There we go. And Chad, if you didn't know what I just did, you can drag the little bracket between all of these dependent crafts. You know, you can kind of see the crafting tree here. Make sure that your bookmarks are in vertical mode by clicking this button up here. And then you put a green thing. I can right click this to turn it green or normal. And then you can hold shift. Actually, you can hold alt. That's going to give you all of these different key combos. And the one you're looking for is shift C. And so I just got everything that I needed. You know, you can be inside a crafting station. It'll see all these items in the chest as well. And shift C, and then boom, just makes a digger backpack. I'm trying to get more into the habit of doing that. So this run has actually been good practice for that. Because definitely not something that we always had. I'm going to update to 2.8, but so I could get fluid cribs in UEV. Aren't they in UEV pre 2.8? I thought the recipe that got changed was the proxy and not the crafting of a buffer. I thought this used to be UEV as well. I could be just misremembering. Requires space time in 2.7. Really? Oh, okay. No, dude, I totally forgot about that. Maybe it's okay. I miss Shift C crafting now that I have AE2 in EV. You know, that is kind of funny. It's kind of funny how that works. Yeah, you do kind of end up like missing that to some extent. I totally hear you on that, Conkers. I just realized I don't have a door here. Do I not have a door? No. I still have not been able to find a village, chat. And I haven't explored that far, but I've actually been really annoyed by the spawn overall. But it's okay. All right. I'm gonna, let's see. Let's get our torches. And yeah, I am gonna do a little bit of mining. For the gypsum. Just while we're waiting for the steam to recuperate. Honestly, like getting a lot of that iron as well from getting gypsum is going to be good because I would love to make an iron railcraft tank. Assuming that they are still here. Yep, railcraft tanks are still a thing. It looks like. If I can find the right thing. Yeah, iron tank wall. Let's go ahead and pin some of this. Iron tank gauge, iron tank valve. There we go. Awkward quality of life gap before you get full auto crafting set. There really is. I mean, but that honestly, like, I feel like that's part of the joy of finally getting it online though, right? Part of the dopamine hit, so to speak. Yeah, dude, I don't, yeah, the IC2 rubber tree leaves. I don't even know, dude. Kind of a fun cheat, you know, if you're looking for some lava or something. Doors are for chumps. I doubt anything with Pathfind all the way up there to the door. It's probably fine. All right. I do love me a good lavender field, though. This was nice. Oh, and the one other good thing was we did get some easy clay dust early on. We got the stained clay, or well, I guess it's called terracotta now, right? Whatever it's called. So that was quite nice. Oh, and I totally... Where am I going, dude? Let's see. There's 3 different veins here. Which one did I go into? Probably not this one. No. You know what, actually? Chat, I am gonna boot up double helix in the background. Is there something I want to do there? I want to check on a craft. I did end up crafting the UEV coal casing. I did it. I want to see if it's done. The 43. Because I knew we would need it eventually, and I was just like, you know, even though our twist assembly line is kind of doing a better job of crafting these, like these parts are actually going to be slower in the coal, unironically. But you know what? It's okay. Still need to do it eventually anyway. Yes. We have some lo-fi video game music going. Yeah. Chat, all of y'all should know what a big Final Fantasy VII fan I am. So the what anniversary is it? Like the 29th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX is coming up, January 31st, like a week and a half, and it's kind of around the time that we would expect to see some potential Final Fantasy Remake Part 3 news, something. So, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get like a full on like huge trailer until like Summer Games Fest or something at the earliest, but it would be nice to see like a little tiny teaser or something. I'm hopeful. When you recommend upgrading benzene setup, late HV automating new things. Okay. Oh god, I'm overshooting this. Crafting A2 setup, wondering when I will need some power upgrade. It's kind of difficult to say. It's one of those things you just have to kind of like constantly monitor. Because yeah, when you start expanding your AE2 setup, you are going to start going through a lot of power. Like it's very easy to suddenly use like 2000 EU per tick in your AE2 system without even like, you know, doing much. Oh. Chat, y'all see this? It's got like a little number now. That wasn't the case before, was it? Was this the case in 2.8? I don't know, because we updated to 2.8 before, you know, I was already done messing with stuff like that. Interesting. Interesting. There's no number in 2.8. Yeah. Funny little changes. Alright. Here we go. Let's get some goodies and then get out of here, and then hopefully we'll have enough steam to do more stuff that we want to do. We'll get some wrought iron. We'll get some sulfur. We'll get our first rubber going as well. Yeah, I would like to get kind of toward the end of the steam age here at least dip the toe into LV. One of the first things I love to go for is the LV assembling machine and making a Twilight Forest portal. I know I just talked about hating the Twilight Forest, but dude, just getting easy access to silver is really, really big. Being able to make a bunch of solar boilers. I could do the whole railcraft boiler thing again here. Honestly though, like the thing I love about the solar boilers is that they're so stupid easy. Like, just put it down and you get your steam done, you know. I don't need 19 coke ovens. I don't need, you know, a whole crazy elaborate setup. Yo, Patty, what's up? How's it going, Raiders? Did y'all have a good time? How was your stream? Yo, thank you, Patty. I am, normally y'all will see me on this channel with, Kat. But, she's actually making, like, a Minecraft tutorial video right now. So, hopefully y'all had a good time. We are checking out 2.9 right now. 2.9 is, you know, very much in like a pre-alpha kind of state, right? So there's these things called dailies, just daily updates where they like, you know, merge certain aspects of it. So we're checking out some of the new stuff. We're obviously very early on, so there's not a whole lot of new stuff to check out right at the moment. We are trying to get, I will show this real quick. We are trying to get this right here, the vending machine. This is the new thing that you have to make in order to use your coins. There is no more coin quest in 2.9. It is gone. Which is probably mostly fine, except for a handful of situations. One of those situations was I wanted more pistons, right? I wanted to make more pistons, and I was like, oh, perfect. I can get the coins. No, not until you make the vending machine. And look at this thing. This is, you need 6 tin item pipe casing. This ends up being like over 3 stacks of 10, I think, was the calculation we made. Getting back to Greg after small vacation. What voltage tier are you at, Patty? I'll be, you know, lurking on the streams every now and then. But were you in HV last time I saw? I don't remember. But cool. Oh, getting into EV. Okay, right on, right on. Hell yeah. Getting a little applied energistics, hopefully. Such a game changer, as you know. But yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of mining. I really want to get this hammer upgraded that we just got. But yeah, and then we're going to go back. We're going to make a little bit of progress in the Steam Age. And then I'm probably going to move over to our other UEV world that Kat and I have been working on. And check on a couple things there. Kind of before we call it a night. Cool. Yeah, that's a good question, right? Is there a cooldown still? I would assume so. That would be really interesting if there wasn't, though, right? Let's see. There is a quest page. Let's see. Yep, as some traits have much longer timeout periods between claims. So, yep, you still got the cooldowns. So, I mean, in some ways, I guess it's a downgrade from the current situation. It's also kind of cool. And my understanding is there's some AE2 integration with this thing as well. So, maybe that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, tragic. Still cooldowns. Sucks. It is what it is. That is the way of GTNH updates. We get good things, we get disappointing things as well, you know. We'll cope, we'll manage. Dailies have a PR that adds the LMA to the interface terminal. The LMA to the interface terminal. Sorry, I don't know what LMA stands for. If sort mode in the input buses, it'll multi-block. Oh, gotcha. That is something that I actually have not played with much in the past. Okay. That's going to be, you know what? Like, that's probably going to make this a lot more appealing in the future. A squared, yeah. Which I assume was the goal, yeah. I do know that's actually a pretty fantastic change. You know, we play with, in our other world, we play with twist space. And the problem with that is, there's something called the, Extreme Crafting Center, I think it's called. And the problem with that is that you really can't see those in the interface terminal either. You have to go put them in like a special input bus and kind of like the large molecular assembler, right? So, and I do find that quite annoying. So, yeah, actually huge change. Did you say it was in the dailies? Oh, the dailies do have the PR. Okay, cool. We'll see how far we get in this run. You know, I'm trying not to. This is also just kind of like a chill time for me. Like, so I'm not interested in. I mean, I might cheat something in every now and then just to check it out, but you know, for the most part, just kind of a reason to go back through progression again. Do a little chill mining, things like that. Is the offhand glitch fixed? The one that makes some interface windows close after some time. You know what? I haven't used the auto... I haven't used the offhand that much to even experience that glitch. I actually didn't even know about that. So yeah, I actually don't know. Alright, how we doing? 11 gypsum. That's not a lot of gypsum. That's, we're still poor. We have one brick blast furnace, chat. We're trying to make a second one. I don't know how far I'm going to get with that today, but that's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead and repair the hammer as well. There we go. His first death in 3... Wait, hold on. Wait. How did Potato die initially? I must have missed that. Twist Space run? Yo. Nice. Dude, Twist Space, I mean, Kat and I are in the middle of it right now. Twist Space starts to get crazy. It's kind of like a normal run, for the most part, up until UV. ZPM or UV. There's like a handful of things that you get here and there. Probably the best thing is the large solar boiler that you can make early game. That really helps out with Steam a lot, but... Oh, his glider turned off? Oh. You know what? Yeah, that could have been the reason. That's funny. 2.9 have a dedicated cable making machine? Yeah, so that is... Oh, what is that called, chat? See if we can find it in NEI. Yeah, you know, normally you just use the assembler Circuit 24, right? Yeah, we now have a LATEX cable coder. So I guess the idea is that, like, maybe, like, what, late end game, this is, faster. There's a rubber discount. Okay. Elastic singularity. What's this thing look like? Yeah, doesn't this have multiple tiers, though? No? Why? I had something in my head, my memory, was that it looked crazier than this for some reason. I mean, it's still interesting looking. I mean, why not? Oh, are they going to remove the Circuit 24 recipe? I mean, that would make way more sense as well, right? Latex. I mean, hey, you know, why not? Why not, chat? At least it's not like 13 feet tall, 24 wide, you know? Should be fine. For later tier wires, that would actually make more sense. Yeah, keep the earlier cables just able to be made in an assembler. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ooh, got more Silva. The Exo Foundry is in, yes. Yeah, I haven't really played around with it. I don't know if NEI is showing it off in its full glory, because there were like some additional add-ons, like attachments, I think, that I'm not seeing at the moment. But yeah, no, this is implemented. I'm very curious. If you don't know what that is, chat, that is a end game fluid solidifier, basically. I'm a huge champion of stuff like that being added. Like, the reason that people like Twist Base is because they like a one multi-block that solves everything for a particular type of, you know, process, that you don't want to have to spam a bunch of other, you know, normal ass GT++ multis you've had access to since IVH, right? So I love stuffing like this getting at it. I mean, it's kind of like half the reason why Kat and I started playing Twist Base in the first place was for stuff like that. So anything but boring cube shape. Yep. Yeah, true that. Gravel worst block in Minecraft changed my mind, dude. Yeah, you know what? The one thing that I should have considered doing was for like world gen. I should have just deleted dirt and gravel, right? That would have been pretty good. Oh, chat, we gotta sleep. We got sleepers. FOV 30? What are you what are you on about, dude? No. What's up, Orange? We are... Okay, 70 is a little bit... Yeah. 80's pretty good. 80's pretty good. You know what? Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, I guess 70 is a default. 70 isn't like a little... That's on the borderline of what will give me a headache. You know? Alright, chat. I think we're done here. I'm gonna attempt to not die. Let's see. I forgot to sleep earlier. How much gypsum did we get? 34. I think that's just enough. 36 is usually the magic number. Dude, I had like this premonition that somebody was gonna John Cena me just now. Thankfully that didn't happen. Y'all would never do that. Yeah, I'll choose like 80, 85 FOV, sometimes 90. It kind of depends on the game, really. But yeah, dude, no, I will get headaches from FOV that's too low. I will also get headaches from motion blur, dude. Does anybody else get headaches from motion blur? Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, the original release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you know, part 2 on the PS5, the sort of like higher FPS mode. So there was like a 30 FPS mode, then like a 60 FPS mode. The 60 FPS mode was great, except it felt like they smeared Vaseline all over the screen, and I literally got a headache after like an hour of playing that. It was not great. So I had to play 30 FPS for that game, which, you know, you get used to. It was okay, but definitely don't prefer it. All right, let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Bunch of ores right here. Oh, we've run out of room for the ores. Okay. I'm just gonna throw all this basaltic in here. You know what? I probably should upgrade the steam macerator. I might even make that one of the first things I do here. Get a little bit more charcoal in here. We desperately have to fix our steam situation. I think I've gotten a little bit more silver. Soap opera effect. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was really bad. Okay, we need 3 more silver before we can upgrade that. Although, because we have steel now, we can make the better one, right? But I think that requires even more silver. Oh. Wait, this is different, chat, right? Hold on. Okay. Chat, confirm that I'm not crazy, all right? Be nice to me. This used to be 3 triple silver plates, and it didn't involve the original solar boiler. Now they've given you an upgrade path from the original solar boiler. Using more silver on top. Yeah, dude, that's nice. Because it was so awkward. You would always have like a bunch of these nice ones, and then you'd be stuck with your 1 or 2 simple ones that you made earlier. And you know, they were like, you know, the little black swans of the bunch. So that was different in 2.7. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Shirazar, what's up? How's it going? Okay, well, that's awesome. Then we can actually, I think we have enough silver to upgrade our current one then, right? Hold on. We do have steel now. Let's figure this out. I don't think that was in 2.8 either, Demon's Dawn. I think this is new. Yo, Rick Sharp, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. For anybody new here, like I was saying earlier, I am usually streaming on a UEV voltage age world with Twist Space. I'm usually streaming with Kat, my wife, hence the name Kat's Cozy Games. And we normally stream on Monday through Friday. And so we'll be back at like 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with that run. But we're chilling here right now. Let's see here. Let's get some silver. I think we have barely enough to make this happen. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. Hold on. Oh, we've got a bunch of silver ingot here. Oh, dude. I think I found some in a chest or something like that. Oh, dude. Oh, no. We're good. I just need 3 silver plates, right? Get rid of this 10. If I can upgrade this, then we can finally get the rest of that tin in the forge hammer. And then we can actually make the vending machine. We can test this out. Oh, it is in 2.8.4. Interesting. Okay. I know they added some weird stuff in .4. Maybe that was part of it. Yeah, who knows. Okay, that's going to make... Actually, that's going to make 4 plates. Oh, we're good. No, you're good. I don't have Cat with me, so I suck at reading chat. Your thoughts on Hightail? Yeah, so we did do a stream. It was, yeah, on my birthday. Yeah, last Wednesday night. We did Hightail. And in fact, I think Kat and I are going to play Hightail again next Thursday. I think that's the current plan. I think Hightail is like a great foundation for stuff in the future, right? I kind of liked how, you know, I couldn't get into Valheim, but it was like a lot of the things that I thought that I would like about Valheim, but in like Minecraft form. Which I thought was kind of cool. I'm excited to explore the world more in it. Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot of good things going on potentially. Well, and it seems like it's getting a lot of support. So, like, I mean, I hope there's a lot of mods for it already, is my understanding. So, we'll see how things go. I'm glad that it didn't just flop, right? Because there was a very real possibility that it was just going to straight up flop. But that definitely does not seem to be the case. Those cat free, dude, the spiders, the spiders were literally like crawling out of the ground. At one point, we were going caving and there was just nothing but the spider webs and stuff. And they were like spawned out of the ground. That's what I thought. And yeah, the world feels so alive already. Yeah, it really does. And I just like how RPG like it is, right? Like way more RPG like than Minecraft. Which I don't think Minecraft was ever intended to be an RPG necessarily. At least initially. Let's see, chat. I need more food. Man's gotta eat. Get some cocoa nut. There we go. Yeah, dude, the spiders are gnarly. Dude, they even got me a little bit. I was kind of freaking out too. All right, let's get some more wrought iron going. Probably need to make some more hoppers as well. Just not sure about it. I mean, look, $20. I think you think about the value proposition of a lot of things in life these days. I think $20 for that game is entirely reasonable. Even for it to being quote unquote unfinished, right? Yeah, funded for 2 years already with pre-sales. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very, very heartening to hear. I want to see it succeed. And, you know, in some ways it already has, so. Minecraft needed some good competition. So hopefully it has it. You know what? I mean, yeah. Let's start that over. Competition breeds ingenuity, people say. And, you know, from what I've seen, that does on average seem to be the case, so. You know, hopefully we'll get some good stuff as a result of this. Narrative of rescuing a game from a AAA studio. Yeah, you know, the story behind Hightail is kind of crazy, isn't it? What, the developer basically bought it back from Riot, who had dropped it, right? That's how it goes, right? I don't know what Riot's doing these days. They seemingly had an MMO in the works for a long time, but they like had to scrap all that, was the rumor. And then, okay, hold on, chat. I'm just like, I'm walking around not doing anything. Hold on, we gotta get something done here. I need to get, okay, I think we have some of this glass, and we need to get advanced alloy. We need the mixed metal ingot, bronze, iron, and tin. Okay, I think we have that already. Yep. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy how that came about. Ooh, sleepers. Vintage story. See, I that's kind of been on our list of things to look at, Peachbug, but it's kind of always just fallen on the wayside. I still haven't checked that out. I've heard good things. I do have to say, like, just from a visual standpoint, at least, I think Hytale is a much cleaner, more approachable looking game than Vintage Story is, from an aesthetic standpoint. But that's also a relative opinion, you know. Everybody's got their different opinions about aesthetics. Right, MMO still coming. I think developers have been tweeting about it. I thought that they like had to like start from the, you know, start from the blackboard all over again, like start from scratch. But I don't know. Let's see. Yep, just one advanced alloy is going to be enough. And then we need double wrought iron plate. So that's going to be 6 wrought iron ingots. Perfect. Perfect, there it is. Vintage Story should be tried at least once. Yeah, I definitely think we'll give it a try sometime. You love it, Sci-Fighter? I've definitely heard from quite a few people who are speak highly about it, so there's got to be something there. All right, there we go. Small steel fluid pipe. Okay, 6 plates is kind of, yeah, getting these pipes is kind of painful. However, I believe these are also used for a lot of the other machine upgrades, aren't they? Oh, maybe not. I guess we'll use them for more advanced solar boilers. It's fine. But we're going to need 9 steel ingots to cover that. Yeah. Ouchie. How are we doing over here, by the way? I want to at least get another batch of steel going. Okay, we still got some time to wait. Hi, Tailspin from Minecraft server Vintage Story and Apico? I'm not familiar with that one, actually. What's the story behind that? All right, there's our advanced alloy. We need 3 glass. Oh, we only have 2. Gross. Okay. Fine. Yes, it's fine. Get a mortar. Get some flint. Okay. This is what's so annoying about glass at this point in the game. I gotta throw the glass dust in here. And then get it out. And then use a chisel. Good times. Lots of tedious work here, but we're getting to the point where we can actually, you know, if we get a couple LV machines, that's going to be really nice. I am tempted to toggle downfall here. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Toggle downfall. Wait, no. Game rule weather. False? Right? That's how I turn off the rain? What's downfall? Well, I'm used to playing in the overworld where we have had to turn off the rain. We turned off the rain in the same way in the double helix world. Y'all are used to a lot of y'all are used to the personal dimension where you don't have to worry about that. And by the way, I will definitely move. If I get that far in this run, I'm definitely moving to the personal dimension, 100%. You can't turn the rain off. You're supposed to bless the rain. Don't make me play that song right now, Tataki. I'll do it. I'll do it. Freaking love Africa. Curse the bitrate. Curse the bitrate indeed. Is it weather rain? Oh, it sure is, isn't it? Wait. No. How could you do this to me, chat? Game rule. Do weather. Do weather cycle. There it is. Oh, monogamy got said it earlier. Yo, thank you. False. Okay, thank God. Yeah, thank you, Rexy. Okay, we got there. We got there. One of those things you do once or twice and then you don't do it again for a year and then forget again. All right. Yeah, I just needed one. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Okay. Got our glass. Now we just use the alloy smelter. Right? Yeah. And then there's our steel. Should have everything we need here now. Yeah. We can start compressing this again, by the way. There we go. Get some more wrought iron. Yeah, dude, upgrading this boiler is going to be huge, actually. Oh, no, call Mick, you're good. You're good. It was funny. All right, here we go. Oh, right, we need the thing. You know, chat, the thing. Obviously. The boiler. There we go. Gimme. No fire taking. My brother burned our house, dude. I don't think I've done fire takeoff in this world either, but you know, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it here. I should be fine. That sucks though. Boom! There we go. There it is. I don't know why that quest wasn't open. Better than iron. Oh. Oh. They want me to get wrought on. Oh. Oh well. Wait, is there someone here? No, there's not. Let me, you know what? Let me get just one hopper, right? Do I had that saved? No. I'm getting into that mode with the NEI auto crafting, by the way, chat, where you basically make a bunch of different pins, like patterns all together. That. All right, but that's the wrong chest. Bruh. Okay. Bruh, why? Like, if you're not good at it, then it just ends up being a bigger pain in the butt than it should be. Oh my gosh. I should probably just make like a bunch of chests. Give me 4 chests. There we go. Start some of your new creative test worlds. Some of those game rules are second nature. I could definitely see that. Yeah. All right. Just missing plates. Okay. I have to be careful though, because our steam capacity is basically gone now. Yeah, let me just wait on this last wrought iron real quick, chat. Take a drink while we're chilling. I'm trying to complete this quest so I can then complete this quest, you know. I let Steam go, dude. Steam can... No, I love Steam. Steam's great, right? Of course. All right. There we go. I need to claim some quests, though. Claim some of these. Definitely the loot bag every time. Black dye, sure. All that away. Got some new tools, nice. Carrot, wood to copper chest upgrade. Fair. Hobbyist steam engine. Oh, thank God. Thank God for that. All right, here we go. Oh, sleep first. Sam's home, gotta feed us dinner. Yo, Conkers, have a good day. We'll catch you later. We'll catch you soon. Take care. Is that REI? No, it is NEI. Yeah, NEI is in this game. I think always has been. All right, here we go. Nice. Triple the output. So we went from 240 liters per second to 480. Yeah, we just basically doubled our output. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Let's get some more of this iron going. I guess clicking the button, the buckets on the bar is not so bad. But yeah, I was complaining about that earlier. You do have to do that with the new coke oven, but it's not that big of a deal. Compensated for the fact that you can actually output into like a tank or something, which I'm sure we'll do at some point. Especially with the coke ovens that we're using just for charcoal for the brick blast furnace. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take care of a little bit of this glass real quick. Let's just take a second. I do need to get some rubber as well. Let's see, raw rubber dust. The bad thing, I don't have any slime. I've not found a slime aisle yet. Which kind of blows. I tell you what, though. We have enough steel. I think we can make piston boots and a glider. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh, yeah. I think we might have to do... Yeah, we have to do that. 100%. I'm going to need a little bit of the leather, right? Okay, hold on. Piston boots. Okay, those take 2 leather. Okay, I think I have 110 leather right now, so I need 3 more. Let's see. Just make a little dealio for this real quick. There we go. Take care of the rest of this class real quick. Yeah, dude. Hang glider, piston boots. If you've never done that before in the Steam Age chat, it's like probably the best part of the entire Steam Age is when you get this. Makes navigating the Nether a whole lot easier. Finding stuff in the overworld. can actually find our rubber now, or our slime rather. Yo, llama boy, what up? What up? How goes it? Oh, we are full on glass. Holy hell. Also need to make this thing bigger. Oh, our gypsum. Probably just start macerating the sulfur as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. Back on my own PC, dude, I bet that feels good. You know, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been away from my PC for more than like a week or something. I can't imagine. Sounds horrible. All right. Give me like one more glass. There we go. Yo, CNC. Thank you for the follow. I keep saying your name differently, but thank you. Helping calm the nerves. Yeah, back in your element. I feel that. Okay. Let's put our iron away. Yeah, let's get this leather going. Do have a decent amount of cotton. I do need to go farm some more. Also need to like farm more cows. Yeah, we'll go do that too in just a second. Missing 12 leather. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Also gonna need some more chests for storage here pretty soon. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, let's go ahead and go take care of that. Got an okay farm situation down here. Not great. You could just say K. K? Oh, I'm never gonna remember that. The K is like at the end of your name. I'm never gonna remember that. Oh, I'll do my best though. Yo, all good, Sci-Fighter. Yo, it's good to see you again. Yeah, have yourself a good sleep. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Yeah, like I said before, Kat will be back tomorrow with us. I might do more streams like this on the main stream from Cat's Cozy Games. I don't know. I still like my separate channel, Vindrake, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe like, you know, when I'm doing non-Minecraft stuff. Actually, I'm going to keep these on me here. Yo, unknown name. What's up? Thank you for the follow. Alright. Get our butcher knife. Chat, if you don't know, most of y'all probably know, but you get, just from an iron butchery knife, which is a Gregtech item, you get looting 2 and sharpness 1. And so it pretty much one-shots the cows, and yeah, you get much more out of them, which is really nice. What up, boys? The weird thing about barley, I never used barley for breeding the cows. They don't follow you with the barley, which is really weird, but you can breed with the barley. You know, kind of a weird differential from the wheat. I don't know. Just now discovered that. I'm sure most of y'all knew that. All right. So that's good enough for like... we can kill probably like 16 cows at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the time where I really wish I had a magnet.
Come on, Craig. Pleased to meet you.
Yo, Gerardo, what's up? Yo, thank you for the 6-month resub. Thank you so much. I think I still screw up your name, by the way. We've had conversations about this before. I'm so bad. Yeah, thank you for the sub. Hope you are doing well. We are doing a little... Oh, God, where'd my dirt go? Oh, cows, stay. Stay where you are. That's right. Yeah.
And his name is Johnson.
Oh, you didn't get me that time. Yo, Improve, what's up? Oh, dude. That's like my new favorite alert of the year so far. I think... Chat, Kat and I have talked about this before. I think we have to play Project Ozone again. Now that we have that redeem up. I think we got to dip into it. Like, have a Project Ozone week at least. Probably Project Ozone 2, right? Like, that one is just like a good classic. And it's a nice 1.7 mod pack. Oh, I brought the butchery knife up here. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. At this point, we are good. Okay. I'll keep doing my best. I'll keep doing my best. Yo, I hope you're doing well. Chat, unlike Cat, I am not afraid of the spiders. So, your spider redemption will not go very far. I'm sorry to say. Yo, Jet Lag. What up, what up? Thank you for the follow. Gosh dang it, Bobby. Yes. I never watched much King of the Hill. I feel like I should have, though. Alright. We got our leather. The bound leather is currently cooking up at the moment so that we can get the piston boots and the glider wing. Okay, what else do we need for this? We need some just like normal leather boots. Let's grab those. Yeah. I don't know if the auto crafting thing would help that much with what we're currently working on, so. No NEI auto crafting for this one. Oh, 2 pistons. Oh. Screw you, Greg. 2 pistons. Chat, this is part of the reason why we're trying to get the thing, the vendor, the vending machine. Oh my gosh. Because we can't get the pit. Yeah, speaking of changes, Improve. Yeah, so you don't have the coin quest page anymore. You have to make this thing now. Vending machine. So a lot of people might consider this like a bad thing necessarily because like I think it's going to be one of those things that's like, oh, it's a cool little block that you make. But until you can make this, like there's just certain coin quests like that piston coin quest that we just can't do right now. So I find it really annoying at the moment. But, you know, is it going to get better? Probably. Like, it's probably going to be cool. And the implementation with AE2, probably going to be cool. So, I don't want to badmouth it too much. I'm just a little bit annoyed by it at the moment, but it'll all be good. I thought I had... Hold up. I thought I had a piece of tan leather. Oh, I used the last piece of tan leather. Oh, chat. I need another bound leather. I just realized. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hold up. There we go. Go ahead and get that going. Yeah, I just wasted a lot of time on that. That's okay. That's fine. Hope you guys are doing good as well. Looking forward to what comes in 2026. Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, like our double helix twist-based playthrough, which is in UEVH right now, we've been having a lot of fun with that. That one has been like, it's basically like kind of reaching its prime state, you know, where a lot of cool stuff is happening there. But you know, we do have plans for a lot of other things in the future. So eventually want to get another community run going. Hopefully in the next couple months. Something that y'all will enjoy. I would have wanted one to happen by now. It's just, I know from our first run that is kind of a big undertaking to manage that kind of a thing. So, you know, we're also going to need rubber for this, chat. Let's see. We do have a little bit of sticky resin. We're not going to be able to fulfill the quest, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we just put it in the extractor, right? Doesn't use too much steam, which is good. Okay, steam is holding for the forge hammer. That's good. Oh, dude, getting this advanced solar boiler is so good. This helped out so much. But yeah, there's some new multi-blocks as well coming in 2.9. I mean, the main point of 2.9 is definitely in the multi-block arena, like making some new stuff, redesigning some old multis. You got the Exo Foundry, which is this like really cool late game fluid solidifier that's coming to the game. Kind of has an interface to it that kind of reminds me of Godforge a little bit. A week away from beating hard mode Moni Factory. Yo, dude, let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Some other things, you know, they're trying to like phase out some elements of Railcraft. We've got the new Gregtech coke oven instead of a Railcraft coke oven. Which has like an output hatch as well for like the fluid and items, which is going to be really nice. Dimensional super. See, I don't know enough about the end game of Nomi and Moni. Super assembler though, that sounds cool. Definitely sounds cool. Let's see. Okay, we did get some crushed sulfur ore. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use a hammer on this. I'm just going to do like half. Yeah, we don't need a lot of sulfur initially. Let's pop that in there. There we go. Okay, we've got our sulfur dust. Got a little bit of raw rubber dust as well. Okay. And the tin plates are done. Well, that round of tin plates. How many did we need again? 96. Okay, we're getting pretty close. Get like 84, 83. Okay, all right, we're getting there. Because yeah, we are gonna. Speaking of new things, we're gonna try out that vending machine very soon. Yeah, very soon. Let's make some rubber. Why phase out Railcraft? Why phase out Railcraft? So I think there's probably a couple good reasons by it. I would say the main reason, if I had to guess from a layman perspective, is that it's just something that they control a whole lot easier. And make changes to a whole lot easier. You know, some of these, I don't know about Railcraft specifically, but I know a lot of mods can kind of be closed in the sense that it's difficult. Like Twilight Force is a really good example of that. It's something that just you can't make a ton of changes to necessarily, even though they want to. Probably just also an element of just wanting to make it better. And in the case of the coke oven, I think they've done that with, you know, having a coke oven output hatch, right? You know, this can input stuff, output items, and output fluids as well. Like that's going to be really nice. For like an early Railcraft boiler setup, for example. Alrighty. I'll just throw our sulfur dust in there for now. Got a couple of rubber bars. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. And yeah, I do think we have enough steel for this. Let me see. Yeah, it's like 9 steel for the hang glider, right? Yeah, I'll go ahead and pin some of these others. Here. Let's pin the screw and the bolt. Oh, there we go. All right, what are we missing? 2 tan leather and 2 steel ingot. Okay. Which we should have those out over here. Oh, yeah, we're about to load up on some more steel. Get a new round going. Okay, cool. saving my dark ashes. These are actually like a decent little source of carbon dust early on. All right. What are we missing now? Yeah, just the tan leather. I think this is finished, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And Shift C, chat. We're Shift C'ing it up. Boom! There's the hang glider. Look at that. Oh, baby. This thing is so good. Once we get the piston boots, then it's really going to pop off. Updating easier when it's your own stuff. That's my guess, yeah. Yeah. Where everything is GT. There were some other things that they were kind of trying to normalize in that sense, right, chat? Like, we've got flight, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, there were a couple of other things that they were trying to do that too. I know, like, they're trying to standardize, like, the Bartworks ore stuff. Gosh, what are some other recent changes where they've, like, made something just their own way? Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody knows, but it's definitely a trend. Okay, we can get rid of all that now. Right, we still have to make the piston the dumb way. Yeah. Stupid piston. Yeah, dude, all this stuff is like so annoying. Small iron gear. Do we already have the fences? Got one fence. How do you make a fence? Like that. Okay. Still says missing a fence. That's not right. Missing iron plate. An iron rod, right? Get a couple iron plates real quick. Piston, yeah, it's awful. I'm so used to, here again, here's my biggest problem, is that I'm so used to making one piston and then never making one again. But the fact that this coin page stuff has changed has definitely changed the calculus on that to where, yeah, I kind of do want to spend all my tin on a vending machine, you know? I kind of do want to do that. So, but we're getting close. Okay, there we go. Well, no, that's just one piston. Wait. Why? Why does it not like my fence? What's wrong with that fence? Oh, also I need more red alloy plate. Yep. Looking for cobblestone one? Was it a cobblestone one? Yeah, the small gears are pretty annoying. It's like this ghostwood fence is what it wants for some reason. But usually it'll like kind of ore dict this stuff correctly. That's the part that's kind of blowing my mind here at the moment. Like, I don't know. Oh, we're missing sticks as well. Okay. What else? Still missing sticks? Wait, really? No way. I made a ton of sticks. Okay. And then the red plate, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't want to do that final craft for some reason. Oh, but it did do it anyway. It's a little buggy. That's fine. We got our 2 pistons. We're good to go. That was that. And I think the only thing we're waiting on was that other piece of leather, which we do not have. Here we go, chat. Okay, almost. Rubber bars. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Oh god, how do I get a plate again? Oh no. Do I have to alloy smelt with the plate mold? Don't tell me I have to do that. Oh, by the way, yeah, I showed this earlier, chat. There's another thing that's changing. This is going to be the new mid-game fluid solidifier multi, the mass solidifier. They are actually phasing out the other one, the fluid shaper, the long boy. This is getting phased out. Because they added the Exo Foundry, the endgame one. And honestly, this smaller mass solidifier, kind of, it makes way more sense for a mid-game multi. Hey, Abby, what's up? How is your Sunday evening going? Hopefully well. I have you on small screen. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, Exo Foundry looks insane. Yeah, it looks so good. Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things, King Jam, that like I'll do it when I feel like it, kind of a thing. You know, whereas me and Kat streams together are very like scheduled out and, you know, very structured. This is kind of a thing that I just turn on if I feel like it. So, if y'all ever want updates, then yeah, definitely check out the Discord. I did actually just change a bunch of things in the Discord to kind of make the onboarding experience a little bit better. Basically, when you first join the Discord, it'll give you an option to like, you know, what notifications do you want to see? Do you want to see schedule notifications? Do you want to, you know when we're live streaming? You can choose to opt in or opt out of all that. So I tried to make it way, way better. Should have done that a long time ago, but I think I need to make that plate mold, don't I? I don't see a way around that. I mean, we need one eventually anyway, but yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. That's fine. We'll throw, yeah, let's get one more rubber bar. Oh god, did it? Sorry for the, it just double posted all that. That's funny. Huh. What's the longest amount of time you spent building a structure at your GTH playthroughs? Oh my goodness. Probably Neo Tokyo. Oh, I'm trying to think. Actually, a really good question. Probably Neo Tokyo. Specifically like the building section, because I spent a lot of time trying to do like the little like kanji letters with these micro blocks. Or it wasn't even micro blocks, it was something else. I spent way more time trying to do that than I would like to admit, for not a lot of result. It was disappointing. But I mean, I could think of a lot of different builds where we've definitely spent our fair share of time on. You know, I'm gonna put that right there temporarily. Really excited for the latex. Yeah. We were just looking at that. Pretty low profile multi-block, which, you know what, for what it does, like that, you know, that's definitely fine. It kind of makes sense to have a multi for this instead of the assembler. I don't know. It's one of those things I'm not like I think is cool. I'm not like amped up about it the way I am like Exo Foundry, right? But it's not meant to be that kind of multi, right? And yeah, shout out to 3 for working on that. You get like a discount too. It's pretty cool. Free mention, obviously, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's go and get this mold. Get this going. Night, Peach Bug. Thank you for hanging out. All right, we got our steel. There we go. Which 3? Yeah, not threefold. It's the other 3. Which is funny because 3, I believe, has had that name for longer than when threefold still like came onto the GTNH scene, I guess. You know, obviously a coincidence, but usually when you hear people mention 3, they think of threefold, you know. I know a lot of people do. But yeah, the other 3. Can I? Yeah, let's just put that mold like right there. 3 and 9, yeah. When's 27 gonna have their debut? Chat, one of you all is 27. Y'all need to get on that. Alright, I think I have everything. Oh, baby. It's on now. Step assistant. Y'all ready for this? Ah. Oh, glorious. 6 and 7. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, feels good, man. I feel free. I really do. Ooh. So, yeah, something that I definitely want to do, I want to find a slime island somewhere. It's just going to make life easier. Take a look back at our quest book. Dude, they want us to make way more rubber bars. Okay. Oh yeah, I did have a bunch of rubber wood. I should probably get that going. Oh, it's so easy to get down here now. Oh yeah, I have the axe over here. Let's chop down some spruce as well. I really do need to kind of restock on wood. Cat would have appreciated it. I'm sorry I didn't appreciate it enough. You're probably right though. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got more saplings. Nice. And then let's go cut down our rubber trees, and then we can get that going, get that quest done. And then we're like, you know, getting pretty far. I forgot how many molds they want you to make. Holy hell. Dude, that's like 24 steel ingots. That is one thing that I might do off stream. Super chill time is try to get another BBF. Lean way back in my chair and veg out in mine. Maybe we try to find a slime tree real quick before we finish up on this world. I don't know, we'll see. Because these rubber trees are, I mean, I know I'm not using the, what do you call the thing? The extractor thing. Those are such a pain to make. But maybe those would be easier to make now with, you know, NEI auto crafting. Maybe I should be making those. I don't know. The leaves X-ray, yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Who knows? Yes, I know. Mining. Imagine me enjoying mining. Don't tell Kat, okay? She doesn't need to know. Alrighty. Yeah, you know what? We'll keep our axe on our person, though. It's a good plan. Oh yeah, I can't extract the rubber wood, can't I? Yeah, let's start doing that, too. I think you only get 1 dust per, but that's fine. All right. Oh, and we gotta load up on our steel again. Where is... Yeah, let's grab a whole stack. Whole stack of iron. I love mining in GTNH, dude, especially with the lapis change on the Tinker's Tools in 2.7. It's so much more rewarding feeling now than it used to be. I'm a pretty big fan, actually. Put some of that wood away. God, I should probably try to make that hatch pretty soon, right? All right, there we go. The coke oven hatch. I mean, I don't know what I would put the creosote in right now, though. I guess I could make a separate railcraft tank for creosote. Yeah, this is actually pretty cheap. We can make one right now. Why not? Throw some of that into the forge hammer. Still got our hopper. Let's see, yeah, just missing plates. Oh, one more. There we go. And then we're just missing a normal bronze fluid pipe. We need some bronze plates as well. Okay. Do faucets work? Yes. So okay, well that's a good question. Like, do they work on the new coke oven? I actually don't know. I don't even know if I have a way to test that out right now. So I don't really have a container to put it in. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm assuming that the hatch auto outputs. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna kind of be like, what was the point of this, right? 2.9 is not out. No, Timmy, what's up? No, 2.9, there is no release date for. We are just checking out the dailies, which have been, this is very typical GTNH type stuff where they put out a daily, they put out experimental builds pretty regularly, and they're available to the public on the official Gregtech New Horizons GitHub. And yeah, no, we're just checking it out. We're chilling. Working to pipe to test, I believe. Oh, you know what? That is true. That is true. We got a small pipe. We can test now. And we're already making this thing as well, so we'll test out a couple different things here. Let's make some normal pipes, and then we do have just enough coke oven brick. That's funny. All right, there we go. All right, can we hot swap as well? Oh, I think we did. Nice. Okay, now interesting. Okay. So it's said to use a screwdriver for different modes. Well, let's go grab that. There we go. We'll right click this. Hatch now outputs items. Okay. Here's what's interesting though. There is no like I can't right click the hatch to open it. Kind of like you would like a normal output bus, etc. Seems like there's no way to do that. Let me actually grab a chest real quick, so we can also do some testing with this. So because right now it is in hatch now outputs item, so output item mode. So I think by default it's in item input mode. Oh, dude, look at that. Yep. Item auto output the charcoal. That's nice. That's pretty nice. All right. So you could have multiple hatches on here, one assumes. And you could have one for, I guess, what would you use? Like a hopper, I guess? For the spruce log. Okay. So that works. All right. Hatch now outputs fluids. It turned blue. And there's the creosote. Look at that. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, dealing with this is much better than having to deal with the faucet. The faucet stuff was definitely possible, don't get me wrong, but I mean, this is way better, right? All right. Unfortunately, I am voiding that. Goodbye. And we'll keep a screwdriver in our inventory. And a chest. Why not? All right. Very cool. We can try one more thing. We could try a faucet. See if this still works. Hey, Agellian, what's up? We're testing out the new Coke oven. Hope you're doing well. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is... Let me grab a screwdriver. I'm just going to put it... So this is the way you used to do it, right? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I actually never did this personally. But this is my understanding is, like... You would have to give this some kind of redstone signal, right? But if you were able to give the faucet a redstone signal, it would output creosote from this, right? Okay, that seems to not work now. If I'm doing this correctly, the old way at least, yeah, this does not work anymore. Interesting. I don't know why you would want to do it this way, but maybe this works. Nope. Faucets just do not work with the Coke oven anymore. Which, you know what? It's probably for the best anyway, because that was a jank-ass way of doing it in the first place. Was never really a huge fan of that, so... Rest in piss, bozo. Bozo method. Alright. Oh, dude. I run so much faster. Oh my gosh. Oh, piston boots, bless. Oh, thank God. Oh, feels so good. Have to make 72 hatches, one for fluid, one for items. I mean, thankfully, the hopper is a little bit expensive, for sure. But probably by the time you're investing in a large amount of those, that isn't the biggest deal in the world, hopefully. But it's still kind of expensive. Not speed 3 effect after sleeping. True. That one's quite good. Can't argue there. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, whenever I'm not expecting that and that happens, that'll definitely throw me off. Alrighty. Yeah, we got that tested out. Yeah, let's make some more rubber. Got more sulfur ore. I think I can afford to forge hammer this now. Right? Actually, I might run out of steam doing this. Just get me to like 16. That's good. Here we go. Boop. And a boop. Yeah, we need 40, so this is using 320 liters. Okay, yeah, we can support this. Alright. 160 plus 320, 480. I think that's the exact amount that we're producing. Put a little more charcoal in there. Let's get some sleep. Do boop all the time when recording my videos? Do you really? Dude, that's kind of funny. Do I boop all the time? I don't know if I boop all the time. Maybe I'm just in a boop kind of mood. Remember when Cat used to wash ores in the cauldron one by one? Oh my gosh, dude. I felt so bad. I don't know how quickly we caught that, right? I was just like, please use a stack, please. Painful to watch. Welcome back from Dinner Conquers. How goes the run? We got our piston boots. We got our glider. So it's going pretty well. We were testing out a couple things with the hatch on the coke oven. Long story short, you can't use the faucet anymore, but that's probably for the best. Use a screwdriver on the hatch to go between like item and fluid mode, and this will auto output to fluid pipes, and also item auto outputs to chests. So, and I would assume tin item pipe as well, right? So it's a pretty big win. I'm impressed with the coke oven changes. I am. Piston boots and dude, yeah, no, it feels so much better having this now. Jumper, what's up? What's up? Hope you are well. I need more wood for this. So I still use that coke oven over there for like general smelting of things, like furnace stuff. I want to keep the creosote topped up over here. It's a real GTNH block. Exactly. Let's see. Let's take a look at our quest book. Yeah, we need rubber before we can do much else. This part is just such a grind, right? Stepping into LV. What I really want to do, again, I want to get an LV assembler. I want to fast track it. I want to go to the Twilight Forest. I want to get a bunch of silver. I just want to get a bunch of steam. Get a bunch of iron, make some railcraft tanks, and then I'll feel pretty good about our infrastructure. We're going to have to kind of expand this platform as well, because I'll probably put the LV stuff near this steam setup, but kind of like behind it maybe. I don't know. I need to plan for steam multis as well. I don't know. We'll see. Chat, there's one thing I want to do before kind of going over to our other playthrough very briefly. Just kind of want to glide around some. One, because it feels awesome. But also, a slime island would be really, really nice. And I just realized something. If I find this slime island, I might need some blocks to pillar up. So let me go get those real quick. Being able to run faster. So nice. That'll do. Right. Yo, BioWare mainframe. Let's go, Kraylin. Dude, congratulations. Congratulations for just getting out of the bacterial hell, you know? Well, you still got Xenozine, but you know what I mean, right? You must have gotten your biocatalyst all sorted out, which is huge. Speaking of which, in our twist space run, I kind of need to like we need to get that twist space multi for the bacterial vat stuff soon. I'm so curious to see how much better that is. Yo, Saishu, long time no see. What up? Hope you're well. Yeah, if you're just joining us, we are checking out what I guess you would call like the 2.9 pre-alpha. It's just one of the daily builds from a couple days ago. I'll probably stay on this daily build for a while at least, especially in these early days of progression. Dude, I love this biome, by the way. Mystic Grove. So cool. You all did not get to see, but in the playthrough right before Neo Tokyo, Kat and I built our base in this biome. This is a really nice generation of this biome as well. It's nice and big. A lot of times these Mystic Groves are very small. This is cool. Making first DTPF. Dude, nice. I am pretty sure Kat and I are going to be doing that in our twist-based playthrough this week. Yeah, maybe not till like Thursday or Friday, but pretty soon. Yeah, we're coming up on it. Yo, congratulations. Did you go for Awakened Draconium Coils, or did you skip straight to Infinity? I know going for the Infinity can be a bit tough initially. I think we are going to try, especially with Twist Base, I think we're going to try to go straight for the 2,112 Infinity Coils, chat. This is what Gregtech does to your brain. It makes you remember stupid numbers like that. Does this baby Flatline rip through nitrogen? Oh no, yeah, dude. So I assume that is the not acetone, ammonia. That's got to be the ammonia, right? Yep. Ammonia will continue to be a problem. Conkers. Basically, you just want to throw as much power as you can to that LCR. And when you get to LUV and you make your first mega chemical reactor, you might want that to be dedicated to ammonia. Ammonia is just kind of one of those things. You can recycle the coils. That's true. Yeah, you can get like, especially if you're worried about like the prismatic Nequadria stuff or whatever. You used to just use the mica or whatever, so it wasn't an issue, but yeah, recycling those can be kind of good now. Crop out on ender blooms, passive nitrogen. Oh, nice. I would also recommend the extreme entity crusher for ender pearls. That can also be quite good, especially at later. So the crop might end up being really good initially. Scaling that up is probably going to fall off at some point. But the nice thing about the extreme entity crusher is you get perfect overclocks. So that thing just gets better and better and better as time goes on. What voltage do you need for the extreme entity crusher? That's an EV. So, but the thing is, you would have to find an Enderman that doesn't always spawn Infernal. Which it looks like all of them are just can spawn. As long as the Enderman says can spawn Infernal, then you can turn off Infernal spawns on it, and then you only need EV. Yeah, usage 1920. Yeah. You went to EEC Blaze? Yes. Okay, so that's the big problem with Blaze's Conkers. Yep. I believe there are a couple Blaze that don't spawn Infernal. So you're looking for, instead of always spawns Infernal, you're looking for can spawn Infernal. So yeah, Evolved Blaze, Cinder. These are ones that you can turn the Infernal spawns off and only run at EV. Yeah, it's a weird quirk. By the way, Jolt is really good if you want some additional redstone. Hellfire is good if you want some gunpowder. Some of these specialized blaze can be quite good. An infernal thing, yeah. But like I showed you, there are some blazes that you can find for that purpose that won't spawn infernal. All right, chat. We're just flying around here a little bit. Maybe we'll find some goodies as well. A little witch circle. Which I'm kind of tempted to grab these spawners. And yo, Mama Jamma, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Ooh, red alloy ingots. Yeah, okay. I take. Where are those spawners? Oh, they're under here, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, center. Yeah, thank you. That's gonna take a while. I think I might just grab one. AFK waiting for day. Thought I'd watch some GTNH parallel playing. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I almost always play GTNH watching somebody else play GTNH or, something else. Oh, no, it's going to be nighttime before I get this done. Gosh dang it. Okay, you know what? Those can wait. I don't need it. My AALs aren't turning on. Do I need to bind the wireless reception hatches? No. Those should pick up on the transmitter by default. Yeah, you don't need to bind those. That's weird though. I'm trying to think of I don't know why else that'd be happening. But yeah, thankfully you don't have to bind them. Why the spawner? It's nice to have some broken spawners in HV. So if I want to make like a specialized powered spawner via the soul binder, you need a broken spawner on hand. All right, chat, we're looking for a slime island. Still nothing. By the way, okay, I have to come back here and I need to get some sand at some point. So I'll have to make an excavator. We have been very sandless on this run. Weird thing to have problems with. All right. But yeah, if we can't find it in like the next minute or two, I'm probably gonna go back to base and check on our rubber and check on a couple of other things. Let's see, another snowy area, dude. There were a lot of snowy areas in the spawn. Surprised, dude. Yeah, sometimes the slime islands are pretty brutal. I've had one or two other times where this has been a big problem. And then sometimes it's like right next to your spawn, you know? Ooh, we got a nice high point here we can glide from. Oh, yeah. Ender IO crop and HV. Crop machine HV. If you're talking about the farming station, it is HV. Yeah. HV robot arms. But there's a lot that you can do. Like, I remember I used to like really hold out for the farming station for like wood farm and seed oil and stuff like that, but there really are alternatives with IC2 crops that you can do pretty easily. You know, you got the bonsais that you can do with crop managers. There's pumpkin that you can do for seed oil. Farming station is like a nice boost to your wood production though. All right, here we go. Whee! 500 IC crops for trees only go so far. I definitely hear that. Yeah. I think we had 6 11 by 11 farms stacked on each other. And that was pretty good for a while. You might just have to keep scaling it up, you know. One of those things. Let's glide over to the next mountain. Heard in your video that coin trades are going to be removed? Yes. So, well, okay. No. Coin trades are not removed. They're just put in it. You do them in a different way, essay. So, yeah, I was actually trying to make this earlier. I think I'm still going to try to in just a couple minutes. There is this right here, the vending machine. So you have to make this now. And it ends up being in quest in the late Stone Age. But it is a lot of tin. It's like over 3 stacks of tin to make this thing. So in the place where I think it's going to hit you the hardest, it's hit me the hardest, is pistons. Because I rely on the coin redemption for piston. And until you get that vending machine made, yeah, no free pistons, right? You have to keep making these the hard way. But yeah, actually, when I get back to base chat, it's actually probably a perfect thing to work on. Is I think we had almost all the tin ready to go for that. Memory player can make crop dirt and IC2 crop sticks. Wait, what? Oh, that's okay. Yo, Sherazar, thank you for the follow. Yeah, no slime island for us today, chat. Is what it is. All right. Getting back to base here. I'm trying to go over a couple little unread map regions just in case we find one, but I'm not counting on it. Come back up here, find a high point. Yeah, no, it's 2.9. We know, which isn't coming out for, I would assume, many months, right? This is just like a pre-alpha kind of thing. But yeah, your coin tab will be gone, right? The trades will still be there. You just have to make the vending machine first. That's all. One of those things that's kind of a big deal in the Steam age, but probably anything past that is not a big deal at all. And again, I don't know the details, but there was supposed to be some AE2 integration with it. That was supposed to be kind of cool, so we shall see. All right, going home. Going home. Azuna, what's up? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Yo, yo, yo. We're checking out the 2.9 daily, what is this, 328 or something like that? Is it 328? I don't know, something like that. It was like daily from a couple days ago. But yo, thank you for the raid. Yo, everybody, go check out Azuna. Also doing a twist space run with Uyanje, one of our moderators. Fix the nukes. Oh, dude, I bet that's a much nicer place to be in now. Yo, congratulations. We are back in the old Stone Age here. Steam Age, I guess. Kind of fun to be back here, though. Simpler times. But yeah, we were literally actually just about to check out the coin vending machine thing. If I can make it. Oh, hello. Somebody forgot to close the door. You're not supposed to be here. Screw. 8 nukes explode. Oh my god. Oh, you all had a time. Oh no, dude. That's probably what's gonna happen whenever I try nukes one day. That's gonna be. I'm gonna have to stream. Listen, I'm probably gonna stream the whole process of me trying to learn nukes. It's gonna be. You won't want to miss those streams, chat. If you're into Schadenfreude, it should be a good time. Big fan of your tutorial video. Thank you. Could you quickly recap the new stuff in 2.9? Well, I don't know if I remember everything off the top of my head. I could talk about the stuff very briefly that we've encountered so far. Again, we are very early days. This is Steam Age, right? You know, there's like an in-game fluid solidifier that we've looked at before. The Exo Foundry. This thing looks awesome. This is for fluid solidifying. They're replacing the fluid shaper, which is like a mid-game, you know, multi. You used to have to do this through the end game, though. You just have to spam these. But they're replacing that now because of the Exo Foundry. They're replacing it with this mass solidifier. This is a much more reasonable mid-game multi, in my opinion. This is a really good change. Another thing is, we've been talking about this, the vending machine. You got to put your coins that you earn from quests through this to do item redemptions now. And this is like, how much tin did we say? 144. That's 16 plus 24. Yeah, it's almost 3 stacks of tin. Yeah. So, but another thing that got changed is the coke oven. Coke oven is no longer Railcraft, it's now Gregtech. And the nice thing about the coke oven now is that you get this hatch here. Coke oven hatch, which can be either an item input, item output, or fluid output, depending on what mode you put it in with the screwdriver. So that will automatically output to chests or item pipes, or it will auto output fluid to fluid pipes. So automating your coke ovens is going to be much, much easier now. Yeah, I think the vending machine probably is cool. It's just very painful initially in the Steam age because, and again, Chad, you all have heard me talk about this several times, but not being able to redeem the pistons early on has been quite painful, actually. I didn't realize how much I relied on that. Let's get some food real quick. Stuff I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, that should do. No more pump. Yeah, no more pump. No more weird Tinker's Construct faucet shenanigans, you know? Yo, call sign, what's up? Yeah, let me sleep here real quick. Was able to Sherlock Holmes and actually understand what happened. Yo, nice, Azuna. That's a really fulfilling feeling. That's nice. Okay. Chat, we just had a little bit more tin than we needed. So we need 96 tin plate. I think we have like 83. Where's the rest of our tin? Right here. Okay. The 96 is a stack and a half. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. I did not mean to compress that. Oh, we're whiffing. Oh, no. 10 block. What am I supposed to do with that? Yo, good night, Azuna. Thank you again for the raid. Take care. Thank you for the recap. Yeah, no problem. And there's more stuff. Like, there's more quality of life. Kat and I will always go over, like, the new stuff that comes in, like, the upcoming features on the GTNH Discord. You know, like, they're coming out with some new 256 amp dynamo hatches, which is kind of a late game thing, but is really, really cool. I mean, what are some of the other things? They're revamping Angelica a whole lot. You know, the whole, like, rendering system for the game, basically. No, we need a little bit more than that. You're able to put colors on ME drives. That's kind of neat. Bunch of little things. Yeah, there's the Exo Foundry, by the way. I think that thing looks so freaking cool. Okay, one more round. Yeah, definitely an in-game block, but yeah, it totally looks sick. Okay, all right, chat. Boom, 610 item pipe casing. Nice. Okay, so we got that part done. So now all we need to worry about is this. So we need another hopper. Which I have over here. Okay, there's our hopper. Okay. Buttons. This part's kind of annoying. Actually, this part's really annoying. Okay. The more we pattern out all these things, the easier it's going to be. So like iron screw, iron bolt, iron rod. Okay. So right click, make that bracket green. Look over it. Okay, we just need to make the spring. Actually. Catch the iron one. Yeah. There we go. Okay. How do we make a spring? 2 long rods, 2 short rods. Okay. Boom, there we go. Got our buttons. Nice. Okay. Oh, dude, that's so much easier. NEI autocraft chat. They kept, oh yeah, they kept autocrafting. 100%, dude. This is the most I've actually experienced it, is with this run. And it is quite nice. All right, what are we missing? 2 iron plates. That it? Oh, chat, hold on to your butts. We're about to make this thing. See what this is all about. Get some technician coins. Get a bunch of... let's get a bunch of coins. Okay. So 2 iron plates. Vending machine. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. There's our 5 item pipe casing. Okay. Coins, coins, coins. Where do we put this thing? Let's put it right here. How's this thing go again? Okay, that goes in the middle. And there we go. Running fine. Obviously doesn't need power. Whoa. Okay, I've never seen this interface before. All right. There's a lot going on here. Okay. Do we just put all of our coins in this? Eject all coins. Okay. Yeah, so I was putting them in the inn. Like, I thought that I'd be able to, like, deposit them, right? Then what's the out for? Okay. Yeah, coins in, select reward. I mean, my first impression was, so, like, I saw this right here, and I thought, oh, right, it's supposed to, like, you deposit all your coins here. Do you right... Oh, maybe you right-click them. No. Do I need, like, an input bus or something? Huh. Yeah, there's, like, an AE2 thing. Yeah, you know what, Kraylin? Maybe that's just for AE2. That's a good point. That could be. Let's check the quest real quick, chat. You unlock new trades as you complete quests. Yep. Quests that unlock vending machine trades upon completion will show this information. Right, we've seen that before. Put your coins directly into the input and they will appear in internal storage. Put your coins directly into the input. They'll appear in the internal storage. I think it's broken. Maybe. I don't know. Additional inputs, including non-consumable, should be placed here as well. Also a button for ejecting the coins if you need to reclaim them. Yeah. There's definitely some sense of, like... It definitely feels like that's the intention, is to be able to deposit these, right? But yeah, let's look up, like piston, right? We definitely want piston. Okay. Shift click to purchase. Well, that's not doing anything. Yeah, because I feel like it needs to register them here. By the way, kind of cool categorization. I like this. I think I like the list mode more. Smart mode. I'd prefer alphabetical. Any other thoughts, chat? I'm running out of ideas. What's the recycle button? So yeah, this says eject all coins. This says eject items, right? It makes a sound. We'll have to look it up on GitHub or something. See, it might just still be broken or something. I don't understand the difference between this and the quest book. What do you get for the cost of the machine? Nothing. Well, okay, no, I shouldn't say nothing. To be fair, this is way more organized and a nicer looking GUI than the quest page was. First of all. Second of all, if it has some really cool AE2 integration into it, that's kind of a neat plus. Also, thematically, kind of cool. Or I don't know. I'm kind of on two sides of the coin whether it's too expensive or not too expensive. It feels too expensive right now. But is it expensive like in the LV age? No, that's not. If we had some of those or exchange coin quests to output those items. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we might just have to visit this on like a different build. Maybe this was Chad, that's the thing about dailies, like maybe this was working and then now it's not working on this particular daily. Like that's always a possibility. I'll try to remember to look into it. And then we'll come back. You know, we'll be coming back to this world in general. We'll re-examine. All right, that was a bit disappointing. Hey, we got to see the cool interface though. I mean, yeah, this is neat. I also like the idea of like, dude, I remember just being so sick of having, here's another benefit. Okay, I will say this. Just having one place to like put all of your coins, if that's the intention with this, is really cool. Because before, you'd have to have like drawer after drawer after drawer and then like put them all in there. Also, here's what would also be cool. I don't know if this does this, but if it upgrades the coins, so if like I can like exchange yellow for green coins with this, that'd be pretty cool, right? Is this a blood moon? No, okay. If it's cheap, I would see why to build it. Yeah. It's prohibitively expensive in Steam Age and not that bad in LV. So might just be like, hey, it is what it is. Yeah. No more chest drawer spam to keep all of them. Exactly. And I do like that a lot. Make sandwich, yeah. I like that a lot. Hold on, chat. Let's just check and see where we are. Here. We're close. We're close to getting all the rubber. Do we have any more? Yeah, we do have more raw rubber dust. Okay. I just need more sulfur. A little more sulfur. You're almost there. For 11, we need 33 sulfur, right? And having 20 drawer just for coins. Yep. Yep. What's weird though is like, where's the deposit? Like, where's the deposit button? There's 2 eject buttons and no deposit button. And when we looked at this, there didn't seem to be any indication of like an input bus or anything. I hit H. Nothing shows up for that. So, yeah, a bit weird. I don't know. All right. Let's go purify the sulfur. Let's get the rest of our rubber going. And there we go. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, let's hold on. Let me actually request these. Ooh. Enchanted loot bag. Dude, they give you 10 ingot. That's kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. Also 2 green technician. Interesting. Oh, more dye. Thank God. I was low on that. It's good. Okay. By clicking the first extract button. The first extract button. Eject all coins and eject items. Also, I don't know why these are all like kind of grayed out. I guess they're grayed out because we don't have any coins to buy any of this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Loot bag. Our loot bags have been pretty piss poor on this run, by the way. Loot bag. Okay. Also beginning to experience inventory hell. More dye. Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Okay. So much dye in my dude. I've been getting a ridiculous amount of dye. I've gotten that reward 6 times now. Ooh, there's this one. Zombie head. Could be useful. Alright. Go back to Steam. Yeah, I just need to do more like tedious work. Like we need more wrought iron. Things like that. Actually, we're gonna hit exactly 40. I'm gonna get us the 40 rubber ingots, chat, and then I'm gonna move over to our other world very briefly. 2.9 mostly mid-game, in-game updates. I mean, I would say it's like kind of all over the place, Nathan. I mean, you know, when you look at the upcoming features section of the GTNH Discord, there's like, you know, they're changing a lot of stuff with ores, which is good quality of life. You've got this, which is an in-game fluid solidifier. But then you've got like, they're changing the way like conveyors and pumps work in a better way. Especially the later game ones, like the mid-game ones. Angelica stuff, which just improves the game all around. Better FPS, reduced frame times. Yeah, frame times improve a lot. Like, that would be huge. And yo, Captain Fathom, what's up? Thank you for the raid. How's it going? You have caught us in the middle of checking out a little bit of 2.9. Very, very early days. But, yeah. Hope you had a good stream. Y'all streaming GTNH? Let me extract a little more sticky resin here. But yeah, we were just looking at something new from 2.9, Vending Machine. Either I'm missing something obvious or this just doesn't work right now. There was like no way for us to put our coins actually in the machine. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rexy. Chilled a bit. Hell yeah. Love to hear that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but we'll check it out again periodically. And yeah, let me get just a little bit more raw rubber dust. I need like 3 more. Oh dude, 1K followers. That's huge. That's a big milestone. I definitely know how you feel with that. That's awesome. I mean, I felt the same way when we got 1,000 YouTube subscribers. When we finally started, you know, pouring energy into the YouTube, and that was very fun. But yeah, we were just checking out some of these other multis. You know, I had the Discord up here, and I was just trying to look at some of the other 2.9 stuff in general that, like, I can't really show off right now necessarily. I don't know if that Angelica stuff is in this version or not. But I will say, like, frames have actually been really smooth. This is super early game, but I mean, you know what? Like, when I think about frame timings, it actually does feel like I don't know what this looks like for you all, really. You all can't see 175 FPS, but it feels nice. YouTube, my focus this year. Oops. There's nothing on that screen. Streaming, very fun. Need to do both. Now, it's tough to do both. It is so tough to do both. Like, I see why, you know, streamers that, you know, like more popular streamers, obviously, but I see why they do, like, you know, like hire an editor to help them do videos, because there's just not enough time. Is AAL limited by energy hatch tier? It is. Yes, it is. Unfortunately. All right, there we go. There's our rubber bars. Right? Hello? Game? Okay, thank you. Let's see if we get some more dye. Oh, we could spawn a horse. Of course. Alright. Let's put our rubber away. And yeah, I'll probably piddle around here. No, again, no like guarantees of like when I'm gonna do this particular world again, chat. This is just kind of like a jump in when I feel like it. You know, we can chill and have fun. Yeah, chat, we've actually got an ad break coming in on Twitch. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that right now. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, get myself a water, and then I'm gonna take us over to the other run. And we'll just check out a couple things there real quick before we call it a night. So I will see you all in just a little bit. Be right back. All right, I am back, and I got to change a little screen here real quick. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, double helix. What's going on? Did our coal casing finish? Also, what am I going to craft tonight? Got to get something crafting. Also, why is my PC taking off like a jet engine? Jeez, dude. Oh my gosh. We're having a bad time right now. You know, I had this happen one time before. Okay. Have we... Nope. I think I'm gonna have to exit the game, reload it, chat. I had this happen one time before, with this version of GTNH. I don't know. This could be something with my computer. I don't know, but it's like the CPU wants to run at like 100% all of a sudden, constantly, and then the frame rate is just completely screwed. It's my average GTNH dude. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Can't be that bad, can it? Hopefully not. Oh man. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's only happened one other time to me before. CPU just runs at max and GTNH is super framey like that for some reason. I don't know. Dude, Eternal Coils look so cool. Look at that. I'm starting backups. Ooh, interesting. Are you running it locally, Rexy? Or your server separate? See if we have a better time. Oh yeah. Much better time. All right, chat. As you can see, we got another Compact Fusion Mark IV. And this one, I don't currently have hooked up with any recipes. And the reason for that is I think we want to start making some fusion rings that are not main network. I think we want to start making some that are subnet, because we need so many different plasmas passived, and we need that for DTPF. This is the big boy. This is happening this week. When exactly, I don't know, but it's definitely happening this week. Oh, you don't use the server? Probably would help. Yeah. Yo, Jumper. Thank you for hanging out tonight. See you on Monday if yeah, we always stream Monday. Yeah. Monday and Tuesday are like the earlier days, like 1 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. There you go, by the way, chat. Our schedule, we try to stick to it as closely as we can. And we'll have like offshoot streams like this. But yeah, chat, so basically we need a ton of plasmas for this stuff right here. These catalysts. And these catalysts are a super big deal throughout the rest of the game. Like, this just never stops being a big deal. And so what I did is I did go ahead and pin all of these plasmas and kind of looked at the ingredients of each one and kind of tried to figure out, you know, okay, what are some of the things that are going to be a problem with this, right? We talked about this the other day. One of the big problems with calcium plasma is not only the amount of processing time with it, but also the magnesium. It needs so much, you're going to need so much magnesium dust. It actually ends up being one of the biggest like material expenditures of the whole thing. And I think I was on Duct stream, like early this morning. And he mentioned, was it Duct? I think it was. Well, anyway, the idea behind getting magnesium dust is probably the best way to do it is electrolyzing obsidian dust. And so you might think, you know, okay, boldinator, right? Just make a boldinator, make obsidian that way, get it. Turns out the boldinator is not actually that great at making the amount of obsidian dust that you need for this. Because, I mean, we're talking about needing hundreds of millions of magnesium dust, right? Like, it gets super crazy. What you actually want to do, you still want to macerate obsidian, right? But to get said obsidian, apparently this is supposed to be one of the best ways, right? The Ender Guardian, which drops obsidian. And so once you start getting to the point where you're like UIV, UMV, etc., you're really perfect overclocking the Extreme Entity Crusher to the point where this is actually really good, supposedly. So it's definitely something I'm going to have to look into at a certain point. We're really good on magnesium dust right now, but that's not always going to be true, right? So, we'll see what happens. By the way, there it is. Component assembly line casing UEV. I'll save that for tomorrow. 2 at 100% chance is pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Agelian. Yeah, so it should be really good returns. Probably way faster than you can scale. You know, you'd have to make a ton of boldenators to compensate, I would imagine. So that's one of the big problems. Other big problems are like medium problems, or just kind of like the fact that we need to make molten cobalt, molten iridium, molten aluminium, which means I don't know if there's a way of getting around having a blast furnace and vacuum freezer. Now, raw silicon you can get. Where is it? Hold on a second. Yeah, molten raw silicon you can get with this. We actually don't have like a ton of silicon dioxide dust, hilariously enough. Probably because there's a lot of dust that we're not processing right now. But we have so much of just raw silicon dust itself. So silicon dioxide, 138 million. Raw silicon, 1.2 billion, right? So we might, I feel like we're going to need the blast furnace for other stuff anyway. We might as well just make raw silicon ingot with the blast furnace as well. How far are you in this run? Yeah, we are in UEV tier 10, right? So we are approaching one of the more memey looking kind of multi-blocks in GTNH, and that is the DTPF, the Digitally Transcendent Plasma Forge. This thing, which you might have seen before. Yeah. So we're getting there. We're going to be getting that this week, but we do have to do quite a bit of prep in order to get there. And one of the things are these catalysts. And by the way, I guess I should just show these recipes real quick. You put your plasmas into the mixer, and then you're going to need these kind of in a nested form. You need the first one to get the second one, to get the third one, to get the fourth one. Then you send the fourth one through laser engraver, right? But we're going to need different, there's basically like 4 different tiers of catalyst. There's actually 5, but let's just say there's 4 right now. So exotic is like tier 4, resplendent is tier 3. And we're going to need all of these, like especially the first 3 initially. Because different recipes require different types of catalyst, which also have different, they have different requirements with the coils that you have on it. So a lot of these are awakened or infinity, but then look at that, eternal, right? And we can't make eternal coils right now. We also can't really make hypogen coils either. So yeah, sneaky stream. What's up, Mystical Fairy? Yep. Sneaky stream on the main channel, right? So yeah, we were actually looking at 2.9 stuff earlier on a different run, but I went back to Double Helix just to take a look at a couple things. But long story short, unless anybody who's been to that point thinks otherwise, or has any other ideas, I think we just need to make like a Swellegfer in here for blast furnace. Might as well make a twist vacuum freezer as well. The vacuum filter extractor, this thing right here. Might as well make that. Oh wait, no, it's not that. Thermal energy devourer. Yeah, this one right here. Might as well make this. And then I guess the last thing we would need is the fluid extractor. Physical form switcher, right? I think all 3 of those multis shouldn't be too difficult. So I think I actually do want to take the time here to go ahead and request all the stuff for this, just so we have everything to put together tomorrow. Because that's probably going to be what we need to do. We need to do that. We also need to find a place for the DTPF stuff. Because we're going to have to start, speaking of twist multis, we're also going to have to figure out an area to put all of our DTPFs. I think we were thinking over here, which is like to the northeast of the city and the space elevators. Kind of near where I put the twist assembly line. So, trying to ruin my streak. No. I guess that might happen every now and then. By the way, chat, I should say this for those of you who are regulars in our Discord, and I'm trying to put this in announcements, but I am going to eventually stop tagging at everybody like this, the at everyone. And so if you do want to see future stream notifications, be sure to go up here to channels and roles at the top left. And then there's some buttons that you can click right here, and you can click what you want notifications for. So, you know, let's say you don't want scheduled notifications, but you want live stream and video, you can click those, whatever combination you want. But doing that just so I can keep the at everyone pings more at a minimum. I kind of lamented doing this transition because it's awkward. And, you know, some people aren't going to adopt this system and they're just not going to know that we're streaming, right? Like it's inevitable. But yeah, if you're a regular in the Discord and you do rely on Discord for live stream notifications, yeah, be sure to go check that out for sure. Oops, there we go. Watch your bids before, give me a lot of motivation. Start second run, hoping to get to LUV. Dude, that's awesome, Nathan. That's awesome. Well, I hope you get there. You know, join the Discord. You can always ask questions there, ask questions in the chat. You know, we're all at like different points in the game. There's like a lot of knowledge in this community between everybody, which is awesome. How long does it take to get that far? Yeah, it's, you know, it's a really difficult question to answer because it's kind of just depends on your play style, depends on how efficient you're wanting to play, etc. Like, I like playing efficiently to a degree. At the same time, I like building. I like, you know, taking my time with certain other things. I like relishing the accomplishments in GTNH. I like resting on my laurels a little bit, like, oh, I got tier 7 waterline done. Yes. Okay. And I'm just going to relax and enjoy that for a bit, you know? But I mean, I could show you. We're in UEV and this is me and Kat's playtime. Oh, dude, she's catching up to me. Y'all see that? Getting close. But yeah, chat, we got to figure out where to put the DTPF. We got to create a space underground because we're going to need, for this quest right here, not only do we need all those plasmas, but we also need a mixer to mix the plasmas, and then laser engraver for that. Now, normally you would just create a bunch of the multi-mixers and multi-laser engravers, and you'd probably have to make like 4 to 8 for each type, maybe even more than 8 possibly. 8's probably a round, like a good round number though, with these initially. Because eventually you get something better. You get the Transcendent Plasma Mixer, which we are actually not going to use. And the reason we're not going to use that is because the Twist Space Mixer, this right here, and the Twist Space Laser Engraver are supposedly better at the job than the Plasma Mixer. Twist Mixer helps, yeah. So we're going to go that route. So we also need to make the laser engraver and the mixer both. So that's a lot of stuff we got here to make. So I'm just going to start ordering parts, I guess. And then, by the way, whenever we get the like fluid extractor, the vacuum freezer, the blast furnace for underneath here, which I guess they're going to go over here. We're going to have to make more room down here for them. But we're going to have all that on a subnet with its own recipes and CPUs. And I'm going to have a level maintainer on that subnet. And so we'll put recipes in here. And I think level maintaining those on a subnet is going to be the way to go. Like a Jellian, I don't know how you did it. I'm not sure how other people do it. We level maintained on the main net previously, I think. But yeah, I think I want to level maintain on a subnet. I really do. You can wall share Twist Mixer too if you want. That's true. That's true. I don't think we will because, you know, we want it in a different spot locally, right? The only issue with putting DTPS there is you have space elevators there that could be a lot of large multis there. It's true. Well, we also have this area over here. You know, I do see us expanding out a lot over here. But we're not like at that stage where we need all of that space yet. but Cat did just clear all this out, which is kind of why I'm leaning more toward this direction. I might have to do like a little bit of measuring and see how many DTPS we can put in one place. Because there's a way to perfectly overclock DTPS in this game, but also with the matter manipulator, it's kind of easy to just scale up a bunch of DTPFs now. So it's not crazy to think that we might make like 64 DTPFs at some point. Now, digitally plasma forge. We do eventually get this. It looks like in late UMV, so around like Eye of Harmony days, where this is like 8 in 1. And this thing is 63 by 63 by 40. Yeah, 65 by 65, which is basically like 4 chunks by 4 chunks. And when we look at this, I could see several of those fitting over here. And you could always stack them up as well. It's a very big flat area. Yo, what's up, Tell? Hey, you know how it is, late game twist space, right? Or just late game in general, Yo, good to see you here. You'll end up with Mega DTPF2 late. Yeah, exactly. Which I assume is better than 8 DTPFs, but I don't know. We'll find out more about this later, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I think we will do them over here. And we'll make sure that we leave space for the elevators to continue to go north in 2 lines like this. So I think that should be fine. Yeah, hopefully. Chat, let me go ahead and get to work here real quick. Let me start pinning some stuff, right? And then we'll group them. Like Energy Devourer. A lot of this stuff is pretty easy though at this point. Save a handful of things. We'll do that. You know what? I'll worry about the laser engraver. Mix her a little bit later. These select for casing, those can be quite expensive, but other than that, not too bad. I might have missed a couple things, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for it. Hopefully everything just crafts. Hopefully. 36. How much borosilicate glass do we need? Hold on. 43 there. 88 there. Okay. And we've got neutronium glass already. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, field restriction casing. These can be kind of annoying. Containment field machine casing. So I would imagine that Cat's probably going to work on a lot of this stuff tomorrow. I don't know sure what I'm going to work on. I mean, I can help her. I guess I'll help her. Okay, and then 154 more of those. Here we go. But yeah, chat, we're kind of winding down here on the stream. I mostly came on just because I wanted to mess around in that other Steam world that we have for 2.9. 112 more of those. Let's make a swell like for it. Dude, this stuff crafts so fast now. Kind of crazy. Curious if it'd be worth to make fake patterns from the machine as a whole. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about doing that with a twist machine, right, Tell? But maybe. Especially the Swalegfer. I do find that we make quite a few of these. Actually, it turns out we have a lot of this stuff already. I'll make 120 more. 167 more of that. And then coils, We could probably get away with Awakened Draconium for a while on these. Yeah, that's probably fine. What is this world ZPM? No, we are way past ZPM. We are in UEV. Yeah, so ZPM is tier 7, UEV is tier 10. And again, yeah, we are getting toward this. This is happening this week. Digitally Transcendent Plasma Forge. This is like, in a lot of ways, with crafting in like late to end game, this is kind of like a bread and butter multi. You make a ton of these, you use these a whole lot. You know, if we look at some of the recipes, Molten Infinity, first of all, much better way to get Molten Infinity. That's going to be so nice. You can make Molten Cosmic Neutronium with this pretty easily. I think we eventually move to that. You make your superconductor bases with this. Molten Neutronium. Dimensionally shifted superfluid. This is kind of like a late end game lubricant. Replaces lubricant for in a lot of cases. This residue, by the way, you end up using this a lot for the Godforge. The big ol' smeltery. You always see at the end of our intro. But yeah, the different superconductor bases. Chromatic glass, that's pretty nice. Yeah, the weird things like this, like dark matter. Molten 6-phase copper, which you use a lot for like the Godforge stuff. Do you use this for Eye of Harmony stuff? I can't remember. We will need these for tier 8 water, actually. So these recipes right here, which is why this is actually blocking the tier 8 waterline quest right here. QFT looks like the best multi from UV and over. QFT is really cool looking. We can actually technically make one of these right now. Here's the problem. A lot of the things that this can do in its tier 1 variant, we're already doing better with twist base. Kind of the funny thing. This is actually a really good recipe though, for the plat line. So this one's nice for like rutile dust and bauxite, uses for those. So we'll set these up eventually. But we're not exactly in like a huge rush for QFT. Just because we have, where is it? Can I get down there? Don't know how to navigate our own base. Ha, yes, these right here. Intensify chemical distorters. Yeah, these are like, I call these mini QFTs, but the funny thing is in some ways they're actually like better than a, you know, better than a QFT. Just kind of depends on the recipe. Can't wait on QFT to fix my flatline issues. I hear that. I definitely hear that. Speaking of which, there is like a lot of maintenance that needs to be done around the base. And one of the things that I'm a little worried about, you know, we do have some TPS issues in the base. Like with our plat line, I have all this turned off, right? But even then, I kind of just want to dismantle like a lot of this stuff. And then I'm worried that we have too many of these types of connections around the base. Where you have a storage bus interface. You have to do this until a particular point when you get the super stalker replenisher. This thing right here. Which is like a much better interface between mainnet and subnet. I kind of want to like retire some of these setups. I think even Duct was saying this on his stream that, you know, these can be kind of laggy, these types of connections, if you have too many of them. Quest probably don't have as many TPS issues and no need for machine spam. That is very true. But we've got something going on right now. We have these weird spikes. So like the average TPS is fine, but look, we're getting like 91 millisecond spikes for some reason. Sometimes they'll go into the multiple hundreds. Yeah, the third number up there, the third non-parenthetical number. I don't know. I have a perhaps vain hope, but a hope that when I update the server to 2.8.4, I still haven't gotten around to, That will fix a lot of issues, but yeah, we'll see. Dude, this stuff is almost done crafting. Holy shit. Might as well craft the other stuff, I guess. The mini mixer, yeah. Vulcanus casing. Okay. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, the laser engraver, right? Oh yeah, and these photonic intensifiers, we don't have to make the highest tier of those if we don't want to. How do you optimize TPS? There are a lot of different things that can cause TPS issues. It's kind of not there's no simple answer. Sometimes it could do with like how it fit, like let's say you have a lot of chunks loaded, like we have 1122, but let's say we had like a bunch of stuff stacked in each of those chunks as well. Like if your chunks aren't efficient, like you have too much stuff stuffed into one chunk, you can have really bad TPS issues that way. Yeah, new coal. Yeah, I did get a new coal casing. So I'm going to put that on tomorrow. That'd be nice. I say it'll be nice. Our UEV parts are going to end up being longer crafts, but they're going to be more efficient crafts material-wise. So I think it'll be okay. We got to move to this eventually anyway, so, you know. Yo, IVX, thank you for the follow. Make sure that XMS and XMX options are the same, large enough. Having bad TPS issues because of it? Well, now you got me curious. Sorry, chat. I'm going to go look at my server configuration real quick. Now, I'm curious. Well, on my startup command, I only have XMS defined. XMS 6G. Should I change that to 8G? I haven't messed with any of these Java arguments in a while. Hide blade. Yes, indeed. What a way to announce your entrance. Welcome. Yo, how are you doing? Happy Monday, I suppose. Monday for you. Yeah, this is what I have right now. Should I change that? Is that bad? I don't really know how this stuff works. I mean, I have a vague understanding. Should I up that number to like 8 or 10 or something? Went from 6 to 16 on both. So next to that XMS, should I type in dash, like, hold on, let me copy this before I change it. Give me 1 second. Okay. Just in case something goes wrong. A lot of RAM to toss. Not a lot for me. I got 64 gigs on this server. I could throw 16 at it easily if I wanted to. And you know what? That is one other thing uncountably. We are still running the server itself as Java 21. So that might be something else that I want to fix. So you're doing -XMS 16 -XMX 16. What's the difference? What is the difference between XMS and XMX? All right, I will try that. Next time the server restarts, I guess we'll find out tomorrow on stream. See if that helps anything. Bought 64 gigs before the price. Yep. Dude, I had 32 gigs in my server. It's just DDR4. It's like a 5600X Ryzen. And I was going back and forth to like, should I just go ahead and get 64 instead. And I did it. And man, dude, I'm so happy I did it. Oh my god. Initial min versus max. Oh, okay. People usually use the same for both. Okay. So the max is the XMX value then? Okay. Chat, let's go ahead and get this other twist space stuff done real quick. I'm still blown away that all this stuff just immediately crafted. 60 more of those. 791 neutronium mining. 645 of this. One is minimum reserve RAM, never have less. Others max RAM. Okay. Yo, Blade, thank you for the hydrate. Hope you had a good weekend, by the way. Yeah, work starts today. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Where are we making? So, I'll show you where we are right now, Blade. We are preparing for DTPF this week. So there's a lot of things to think about, as you know. And one of which is, first of all, we're not going to use the transcendent plasma mixer. We're going to use the twist laser engraver and mixer instead to get our catalysts. And then, of course, to get the catalysts, you also need the plasmas, right? So we're also thinking about, like, how are we going to get all the plasmas? So, you know, I went and mapped out a bunch of the plasmas over here. And, of course, there's a couple little problem boys over here. Some of these things that we basically have to blast furnace and vacuum freezer and fluid extract if we want to truly passive everything. And I really want to level maintain this on a subnet. So I think that's how we're going to deal with this whole situation. And so, yeah, I mean, also we got another compact Mark IV fusion. And we'll probably make several more of these in the, like, probably throughout the week. We'll probably make several more of these. Just so they can keep up with the demands of making all those plasmas. So that is what we're working on right now. I assume that you didn't use the transcendent plasma mixer either. I just assumed between Twist and GTNL you had a bunch of other better options. But it was Annie Pendragon who actually recommended that to us. And you know what? I mean, I'm not sure I would have thought of that on my own, but like it makes a lot of sense to just, you know, just never use the transcendent plasma mixer. I always found the transcendent plasma mixer to be kind of slow anyway. Yeah. Although I forget, can you overclock that thing? I forget how that thing works exactly. I know it's wireless, right? Plasma mixer. Oh, right. It doesn't. No, you can't overclock it. It just works in parallels, right? Yeah. Right, but you can put as many parallels as you want. That's right. That is true. That is true. Maybe I just was too afraid to. I was probably just too afraid to put in up, you know, the parallels I needed. Who knows? I was having a lot of power issues in Neo Tokyo toward the end. What is the big dome in the distance? Big dome in the distance. Oh, I'm not sure what you were looking at the time, Alex. Dome in the distance. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. About to be a whole lot more stuff as well. By the way, Chad, I did put a couple more buildings here. These empty buildings I need to decorate. I know it's getting a bit out of control. But I do want to populate the rest of the city with these at least. At least get some windows and doors, get something going. So I still need to do it over here, near the space elevators. And then once I do that, I'm going to feel a little bit better about the city at least. At least it'll be kind of done. Probably make an entirely different God Forge. A lot of DTPF Catalyst. You did use the mixer? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely going to do the same. All right. Chat, I need to get... I think I'm just going to go for the UV casing initially. 25 of those. This stuff can be very, very expensive. And since we're not, like, limited by the tier for the recipe on this, then for the twist laser engraver, how do you have that much patience? I don't. I don't. That's why all these buildings are empty, you see? No, but it's just, I mean, a lot of time has gone by. I mean, chat, we started this world in April of last year. And while we've been like off and on doing other things, etc., like also a long time, right? They use this no. It looks just like coal casing, Rexy, but it's different. It's where was the stuff? Yeah, it's stuff that's very specific to the oh wait, no. Oh, did I cook up the wrong... I cooked up the wrong thing. Oh, thank you for saying something. It looks just like it, doesn't it? Gosh dang. Okay. Hold on. Yo, Conkers, thank you.
What's the base material for the build? I've been looking for a nice light palette.
It's just marble. Yeah, there's like a bunch of different variants of marble between like Gregtech and chisel. Yeah, lots and lots of marble. I think there's a couple like quarried stone in here as well. Like this right here, yeah, quarried brick from Railcraft. And for the wood, by the way, this says fir. It's not fir. It's a white beam, right? Yeah. Which goes really nicely. Kat actually picked out this color palette. It was when we were way back here. On the other side, when we were in the early days. It's got a little bit of dye right there as well. But yeah, the white beam, acacia wood, although this wood has been nice. The jacaranda wood. Jacaranda. Just adds like a little bit of color, right? But it's also kind of like neutral enough. So things have gone really well with that. I think this right here is from Botania. Forget the name, Dreamwood or something. And then the copper from Futurum has been quite nice. Can you passive craft marble? Probably. I don't know. As you know, we're big fans of World Edit. So, I'm not sure I would know. Calcite dust and water. Yeah, there you go. An autoclave. Yeah, no. So normally my wife Kat is here, and she will be back, by the way, tomorrow. She's here during our normal stream times, which do have a schedule command right there for you. Yeah, that's when you can usually see her with me. No, dude. I tell you what, playing a whole GTNH world by yourself is pretty rough. Big commitment by yourself. Just one other person makes it so much more palatable, in my opinion. The trouble is finding somebody who has the same schedule and pace of play as you, right? You know, that is the trouble. Okay. Literally everything's crafted. Chat, what are we gonna craft overnight? I really did want to make this right here. I was talking about this a little bit earlier on the stream. I would love to make these. I think I still have to be careful about turning on wireless with this. And the reason for that is that each LSC that has these in it is going to try to download 1 trillion EU per tick. Which means that if we're not making over 1 trillion EU per tick, it's a bit of a problem. Now, it won't download it endlessly. Here's what happens, actually. Every 5 minutes, it does a check. And it checks to see if it has a very specific amount of energy in the LSC. And that amount is the value right there, the 1 trillion, times 6,000 ticks. 6,000 ticks is the equivalent of 5 minutes. And so that would be, well, I mean, what's 1 trillion times 6,000? So that's like 6 quintillion, right? I mean, here's the problem. We don't have we don't have 6 quintillion. We have 885 trillion. You can see that at the bottom right there. So I mean, we're kind of close, but if we tried to turn on wireless on 2 LSCs, I don't know how they would split the power between them. It might actually have problems. Each one has a passive loss of 100 million. Wait, really? Gotta go sleep. Yo, Cathano, thanks for hanging out. Definitely hard on my own, but I also feel rewarded when I complete something. Yeah, I definitely feel that. You just have to adjust your expectations, right? Wait. Yeah, that sounds pretty brutal at this stage, doesn't it? The first paragraph, 100-fold for every capacitor tier above. Oh, 1 million EU per tick at UHV. Okay, which we're currently experiencing, but that's not a big deal. 100 million is kind of a big deal. Okay. Yeah. No, that's kind of like... I was already thinking maybe I shouldn't make this right now anyway because of that, how much it would try to download from the wireless network. Because we don't even have 1 quadrillion. Sorry, did I say quintillion? I meant quadrillion. But that's not even the biggest problem necessarily. I mean, 100 million, right now we're making, we should be making more than that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 52, 53 billion. So 100 million isn't the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I do think that we hold off on this. Yeah. To gate you using higher tier caps. I feel like the thing that gates even more is just the download speed, like the amount that it's going to try to store locally. That 6,000 times 1 trillion. Yeah, I guess they both kind of prevent you. Okay, yeah, we're supposed to be getting 57, 58. Okay, yeah, we probably are getting an average of that. Let me actually go back to this. I like to check our NAC fuel every now and then. Make sure things are working properly. It looks like it's mostly working properly. Yeah, we don't make enough NAC 3 to keep the NAC 4 on 100% of the time. But most of the time. Is it still the plutonium, dude? Oh, it's chromatic glass again. Huh. Damn. That's crazy. I might have to... I might start using some cribs and level maintain this chromatic glass instead. This is kind of an issue. We're just not giving it enough glass dust. Kind of the big problem over here. This thing's doing fine. Yeah, Brooder Skeleton giving us the flint. That's fine. I don't even think the Boldernator is the issue. I think the issue is usually the Macerator. I've got 2 super buses on this. I guess I could put more super buses. Oh, we're not getting enough sand. Oh, wait. Right? Is the sand the issue now? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of this, like, stocking storage bus on the output bus type situation in the subnetting. But even with these super buses, like, the throughput is just not good enough. I think I need like a different approach. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that because that's gonna be a continuing problem. Also though, I mean, we will have the DTPF to kind of solve the chromatic glass to some extent. But I do like using this method, like being able to use this twist-based laser engraver. Normally this is not something you can do without twist-base at this stage. You can't make chromatic glass that quickly. So, thank God for my broken 123 Tech Gnaw engines. Is that their official name? Gnaw? Okay. Oh man. Chat. Thank y'all for hanging out tonight. Very impromptu stream. We streamed way longer than I intended to. That's wild. I'm gonna go say hey to Kat, spend a little time with her. While the evening is young, which is not, it is not young anymore, but that's okay. Is anybody GTNH in right now? The question. Oh, we got non-Ziska. Oh, EV pushing their GOG run, dude. They've been doing work. Holy, dude, that's awesome. All right, sending y'all over there. Y'all have a good night. Thanks again for hanging out. Kat will be back tomorrow with me, 1 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to follow the stream if you're not following right now. Go join the Discord. And oh, by the way, please go check out that channels and roles portion at the top left if you have not. And make sure you click these notifications if you want these notifications, because I will stop pinging at everyone eventually. So if you want live stream notifications, video notifications, schedule notifications, be sure to go check out the channels and roles section of the Discord at the top left. So until then, see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.